Hold on, kid. I got a question for Snowman. And this is we're trying to keep it nigga free.
That's
tonight.
fine. I won't act like a nigga tonight.
Thank you.
I don't even flinch no more.
The women,
I know, right?
The women on the whatever show, Fresh and Fit, Access Vegas, the Cooley show, whatever his name is, the Daily Wire guys, Pearl, the Daily Wire, Clavin, Knowles, Walsh, they consider those women victims.
Say what?
Yeah, they consider those women victims.
How are they victims? Did they victimize themselves?
Hey, those poor girls, they're a victim of society.
What? That doesn't even make sense with the road.
Nah, we're not doing that, bro. We're not finna do that.
I will say this. I got a caveat.
Hold on. Let's Snowman rock with it. What were you about to say, Snowman?
Okay.
I don't know. I was reading his comment. He said he's too comfortable with that word. Hey, you know what? It is what it is, man. I feel like I'm around my people, though, because it's how I talk in real life. Tired of having to suppress myself.
Yeah, you got to remember where he's at, sir. If he's over here in my territory, anything goes in the wabbit hole.
Niggas transracial.
Yeah. But go ahead, man. Y'all's on the victims.
But no, man.
I was going to.
Who's victimizing them? I mean, I don't get how they're victimized. I don't get how society is victimizing them. I mean, granted, yes, to a certain degree, yes, we're all a byproduct of the society, but at the same time, we still have, freedom of choice, and we pick and choose what path we want to go. To sit and blame someone's path on something other than the choices they make is disingenuous, and it's a fallacy.
Just real quick, bro. Real quick.
I will say this. Let me throw a quick.
Go ahead.
I will say this. A lot of these girls are young. We have to understand that a lot of these girls on these podcasts, they're children. They're 21 years old. Sometimes they're 19 years old. They have no concept of how the world actually works, and all they see is TikTok, dumb brain TikTok, the media, Megan Thee Stallion, hot girl stuff. So to a degree, I will give them this. To a degree, a lesser degree, they are victims of what's going on because they're young, they're peer pressure. We all remember what it's like to be a teenager, right? However, as you get older, that dog won't hunt anymore. If you're 30 years old, 36 years old, talking about, you were lied to. I mean, look, bitch, you had time to figure it out. But 21, 19, a lot of these girls are young. They don't know how the world works. So to a degree, they have a point. But they know how to.
These niggas is lying to them in high school, man. We ain't finna let them slide with that.
That's a fact. I'm with.
We ain't finna do that. Real quick, Trey.
I stand on it.
Give me. How does the TradCon women are victims statement go? Like, what's their argument?
Oh, God, man! I wish I could pull that clip. Right
just give me, just paraphrase. Like, I'm trying to figure out how this pieces together.
Well, those poor girls, these red pill guys, they bring those poor girls on these shows. And, these girls are just victims. They're victims of the circumstances they came up under. Like, bro, like Knowles, Walsh, and Clayton said it almost the exact same.
All right, we're not finna do that.
Because even if you're saying,
nobody on this panel.
Even if you're saying they're victims of well, I was gonna say, even if you're saying they're victims of their upbringing, they can control how they behave while they're on the show. So I'll give you that. Yeah, I'll give you that.
Hold on, real quick.
I'm not even going to give them victims of their own upbringing, dude. I'm not doing it.
But here's the thing: it's Snowman. You came in hot with this one, man. So I got to call you out, bro. You said take care of the wife up the hose that y'all created.
I was just joking with you, man.
I know, but it's a good point. Man, regardless of me and you being ex-Pookies or whatever, it don't matter. We're still not Jay Waller.
Right.
We still ain't, 50 Cent. We're still in the bottom 80%. And with the TradCons, what they're saying is, okay, these women, they live their past just like you guys. They're 30 now. They went through that phase. They should be forgiven. So Snowman, go marry her. No. She was on the whatever show. She made, she had 10,000 subs on her OnlyFans. Snowman, she left that life. She's in the church now. Go marry her.
No. Why should I have to get why should I have to get seconds?
She's changed, Brian.
So that's why you keep saying, okay.
Why should I get someone that's damaged?
Oh, one at a time. Okay.
Like I said, why should I be sloppy seconds? Why should I get something that's damaged? Why should I have to deal with someone else's mental problems that they have now because they've been ran through like a freaking, you know, I'm just not doing it. And I don't think anybody should have to do it. I mean, if a woman out there can literally show that she's changed after she's been ran through, you know, like a ride at fucking Disney World, then whatever, to each their own. You know, anytime I've ever told people, you know, about going out and dating, I've always advised, don't date anybody that has kids, period. If they have kids, no. You need to find, if you're a man out there and you're a young man, even a man in his late 20s, early 30s, you know, that's established, the last thing you need is someone else's baggage and someone else's mistakes. You want to find a woman that you can create and build something fresh with.
Now, hey, Snowman. Now,
I got a controversial take.
Hold up, real quick, kid. I want to respond to Snowman, to SKC and Snowman. Like these women, you know, I'll find the clip SKC in a second. These women that are, you know, that live that life, that are victims, you know, and that are 30 years old now, the epiphany phase, they realize they're wrongs. They're in church now. Okay, some dude might come along and marry them. But this is the red pill ain't saying, hey, don't get married. The red pill is saying, hey, this is what may potentially happen. And these are the pitfalls of marrying a woman who lived a life like that. But at the end of the day, you a grown-ass man, make your grown-ass decision.
Well, I was going to make a controversial take. I'm going to say this, and I don't think a lot of people are going to agree with this, but I'm going to say it anyway.
Well, then don't say it.
I don't think these niggas care that these women are ran. I'm going to say it anyway. I don't think these women care that these women are ran through. I think that a lot of more men than we're willing to admit are okay with being with hoes. They just don't want to be publicly criticized about it. They love these hoes. I was just watching cuck porn yesterday, and you would be surprised how abundant it is. There's a lot of cuck porn out there, bro. White dudes out here.
Dude, you'd be surprised to find out. You'd be surprised to find out how many of your white friends are actually cucks.
Bro.
Come on, fellas.
Bro. There's a whole, there's a whole compilation of videos. I can show it to you.
No, I'm just saying.
Making a point. I said that to make a point. I said that to make a point. The point I'm making is a lot of these dudes they're okay with it. They don't care. They just don't want to be criticized. They don't want people saying, "Hey man, you with a hoe. I smashed that." If nobody said that to them, they wouldn't care. They don't. They love these hoes. They do. That's what I've been observing.
They love these hoes until they end up with radioactive crotch crickets and, you know, black syphilis.
They don't care, bro. I watched a stream where Jay Prince said he knew a bitch had syphilis. He fucked her anyway.
That's nasty.
Anyway.
Free zone. Hold on.
They do this, bro.
Hold on. Free zone. Could you please quote Game Changer what he said, man, about, you know, his limits?
I've been burnt several times.
Travel keeps penicillin on deck. Yeah, we not. Yeah, man. That's.
You know, penicillin goes bad if it ain't stored properly.
But that's the thing, man. It's like, you know, and this is where I truly disagree with SKC towards the end of that stream. And this, I do have smoke for you with this one. Man, over here on this side, like, look, man, I care about every single man. I want every single man, and any red pill content creator, a dude that's serious about the space will tell you, we want to see all men win, whether they do it the Snowman way or the SKC way or, you know, the Myron Gaines way. We want to see all men win. We want to see you get to the finish line, like preferably the easiest way, which, you know, through the prescription. But if you like SKC and you get it straight out of college, you won.
Yeah, I mean, if you can get it,
you won.
If you can get it through the path of least resistance, that's the best route to go.
Yeah, but if you don't, guess what? If you fucked up or you didn't have no daddy, come on over here. We got to beat you up. We got to take you downstairs, give you some Henny, and we got to jump your ass. We got to beat it into you.
Trust me, you'd rather us beat you up than the court system. I promise. I mean, because at least over here, you know, we're going to share what the court system can do with you or do to you. But we'll also, you know, not discourage you from going out and trying to create that family that you want.
Myron and Rolo and them they were trying to set up a debate with them, but they won't accept. I think H3, they said they would do it. That's interesting. I do want to see that debate because I like debates, but a lot, like I said, a lot of these dudes, they are criticizing something they don't even fully understand. They don't know what they're criticizing. They don't. I heard a bunch of dudes calling on the show the other day talking about what Myron and Fresh don't do, and it was like, bro, we do all that shit you say we do. What are you talking about? And another thing they seem to ignore is that when over here in the space, we're giving young men, especially because I'm focusing on old men is null and void at this point. We're telling young men how to avoid the pitfalls of life. We're telling them about the court system. We're telling them about getting in shape. We're telling them about where the market is going.
We're doing what your mama wouldn't let your daddy do.
We're doing what your father did. Aaron Clary has a course called The Dad You Never Had. He's giving dudes financial advice, like a lot of it for cheap. There's so much that goes on that they don't address. They just focus on the dick and pussy talk. They don't like the way people stick their penises and how they. I don't know. This is this weird obsession with dick policing.
It's weird.
I do not know where it comes from. It's weird, bro. Man. Like, why do you care where I stick my penis, bro? Like, that's so minuscule. And when it comes to life in general, like, focus on everything else I'm doing. I'm getting my money up. Hey, man.
Well, what do y'all think about this?
What do you? Wait. I was with you until you said it was minuscule.
Meaning, in general, sex is not that important in the grand scheme of life. They overly obsess over sex and how people get.
Yeah, see, that's where you lost me, especially if you're dealing with a bunch of hypersexualized people.
But I mean, that notwithstanding, there's more important things to life than just sex, is what I'm saying. And they focus on just that aspect. And there's so many other things that we talk about over here that have nothing to do with sex and women at all.
I get what you're saying.
Gotcha.
Yeah, the trads are focused on the sexual discussions. Basically, what started this whole beef is Myron's, smash 50 women before you settle down. Mm-hmm. And as I was going to say before everybody came over here is this: the guy that does that. Oh, I did say it. He's gonna have a better chance vetting what it's gonna be easier for him to vet women and distinguish who's a 304 or not by dealing with them. And as stated the other day on SKC or Snowman, one of y'all's stream is the best way to get good at the task is through 10,000 hours of practice. And you got 10,000 hours out there dealing with harlots, you're gonna get good at distinguishing who's a harlot.
I mean, wait. No, kid. We ain't finna let that slide. Yeah, if all you're fucking is harlots, how are you distinguishing harlots?
No, what I'm saying though is
how are you supposed to find a good woman if all you fuck is harlots? You fuck 50 harlots and you're saying
now you know what the bad women look like. You know what that looks
like. But yeah, you know what the bad women look like, but you don't know what the good women look like because all you fucked was harlots. Yeah, like there's got to be a little bit of there's got to be a part B to that. There's got to be a part B to that.
You fuck 50 harlots, you're going to find out.
Let me go back. Hold up, everybody. I'll go back to what I said. I'm quoting Myron here. This is not a trade of NBD-ism. This is Myron Gaines, and the beef started with what Myron said. Go out there and sleep with at least 50 women. I added the harlot part. I said you can't to be able to distinguish who's a harlot or not. And this was the basis of SKC's 4 questions. What instrument do you play? What historical figure? How to distinguish who's a 304 and who's not. And I just said, yeah, if you run through 50 women before you settle down, say in your 20s, and you settle down when you're 31, that experience, you're going to be a whole lot better off distinguishing who's a 304 and who's not. My humble opinion. Fellas, y'all got it.
I will say that when I got into my mid-30s, early to mid-30s, it was a whole lot easier to distinguish between hoes and regular women.
No, not really. They tell you these days.
It really was for me.
Oh, maybe for you, but these days, these women are outright telling you they hoe. They just tell you. They tell you they're hoeing. You ain't gotta really just listen to what they're saying. You ain't really gotta decipher and be secret squirrel. Just listen.
There's certain habits that hoes actually
that they have. Yeah.
But I'm saying you ain't gotta go that far.
Like most hoes, like one of the things that one of the things that a hoe will tell you when she first meets you is, and this is every single one of them. I hope you don't mind that I hope you don't have a problem with me having guy friends because I have more guy friends than girlfriends because I get along with guys better. Red flag. Don't fuck with her.
See, still man.
I'm saying I'm going a step further than that. I'm saying these hoes today, they don't give a fuck. They're saying I'm a hoe and I love it.
No,
I just saw a bitch.
No,
yeah, they are. I just saw a bitch on the panel.
It's such a small.
She can't get enough dick because dudes are not dudes. Wait, hold on, y'all.
Kid. Most of these girls.
Let me say this.
Most of these girls aren't the girls that are on whatever.
Let me.
Okay, kid first, then Snowman respond.
What I'm saying is, you have a lot more women today that are getting so bold now. They're just outright saying, I'm a hoe. And I've seen several examples of this. Yesterday, there was a Brazilian girl on Fresh and Fit who basically said, because the men are so timid in America, she can't get no dick. That dudes were not advancing enough. They were picking them on the sides because she wanted to get fucked. She wanted to get pounded, and she couldn't get pounded as much as she'd like to. Outright just saying it. What's that show? Well, now I'm not gonna bring it up because that's nigga too. But I've heard girls, they're just outright saying it now. Look at TikTok, man. White girl. I got gang banged by this dude and 4 other dudes. I got smashed. Another dude smashed me. Another dude smashed. They just out here telling them what they're doing now. They don't care no more. They don't care no more.
But what you're quoting is such a small sample size.
It's not. It
really is.
It's really not.
It really is.
In fact, if they're saying this now, imagine how many of them are actually doing it. They're starting to say it now. It's growing. You're starting to see more and more women say, "I'm a hoe. I don't give a fuck."
Go ahead, Snowman.
I don't see when I go out, me and my wife, a bunch of women coming up or going around and sitting in real time out in the real world, coming up and presenting themselves as hoes, dude. And that's what I am talking about. I'm not talking about talking to people online or on TikTok or on these apps and whatnot. I'm talking about going out and engaging in real life. In real life, what you're saying is happening. It doesn't happen. These bitches will hide who they are.
It's not. It's bro. I'm telling you, bro. I go outside too, bro. You can look at a woman and tell if she is hoe or not. Sometimes they're obvious with it. Look at their body language. You don't even have to ask questions. Just look at the way they move.
Well,
they don't
I'll
care.
tell you
These women are getting bold, bro. They're getting bold, bro. The dudes get jump in. They're not aware at all.
Well, here's the thing, kid, in that for the ones that are obvious. Yeah, we know it. We all know the tells of those obvious. And even you got to take that with a grain of salt with, to do goth appearances and, everybody wants to dress in Cardi B thotty clothes. But the ones that men have to be really concerned with are the chameleons, as I stated, that, the good girls, the Piggly Wiggly clerk. She's just got a smile.
The preacher's daughter.
Yeah. How do you, is your sister one, kid?
No, she isn't.
You know what I'm saying?
And look, and I wasn't talking.
Wait, hold on. Wait.
I wasn't talking about your sister.
I'm not defending. Wait, stop. I'm not defending my sister. I'm saying because of the way my sister moves, she's not. My sister's a homebody. She won't leave the house. She refuses to leave the house. That's what I'm saying. To be a hoe, you have to leave the house.
but hold up. That's what I'm saying is that stereotype. Oh, the preacher's daughter. Oh my gosh. No. You have to okay, if I'm young dude, if I'm young Snowman and I'm with Kid and I meet Kid, oh my God, man, your sister's a beautiful woman. Hey Kid, man, do you mind if I have a conversation with your sister? Hey Kid, next time you see, hey man, do you mind if I take your sister out for ice cream? You can come along to supervise, but I'm really feeling your sister. And you're a guy, that Snowman's a good dude, and he might potentially be a good dude for Kid. For Snowman. But Snowman's gotta he can't just go off your word. He can't go off your dad's word or the word that, it's the preacher's daughter. Okay. He's got to see for himself, distinguish whether, your sister is a good girl or not, bro.
Well, I know my sister is because her boyfriends come to the house and be like, yo, your sister ain't out here at all, bro. She don't be hoeing. We love it. Man, she got her natural hair. So we ready. All right, cool. So
let's go to another part of the praxology. Mr. Right Now. The dude at what does Rolo call it? Richard Cooper called it? The dude at the phone party in Ibiza.
Yeah.
What if Snowman's that guy? Because I can guarantee you this. I guarantee you that I was that woman. I was that dude for Mrs. NBD. Free Zone was that dude for Mrs. Free Zone. And Snowman was that dude for freaking, Mrs. Snowman. Right. If a woman meets Mr. Right Now, bro, she gonna do different stuff.
That's fact. Right. So will men.
Yeah. Well, we're not even going to get into men now,
right? But I'm just saying, it is reciprocated. It is a reciprocated reaction.
Yeah, but then it gets kind of homosexual, and we're not going to go that way.
Yeah, we're not going to have a homosexual in my feelings conversation. I was just pointing out
I don't think that's what he meant, but go ahead.
I know. When we go down that route,
no, we don't. We don't ever have to do that. Huh? That point stood on its own. We didn't have to go down that road.
I'll say why. Right now. So man, that's what men do it too. That's a freaking that's a feminism argument, but men do it too.
No, that's not what I'm saying, dude. I mean,
no, we're not finna do that, bro. No. That's not a feminism argument, bro. To discount the wrong things that men do that play a role into it, and to just like that's and to just dismiss that aspect of it it's feminism from the opposite side. Like it's the same thing.
I'll be good. I'll give you that point. I'll be good. So here we go. We'll go down that route, Snowman. What you're describing.
I never said to go down that route.
No. That wasn't a road to turn off on. Like keep going straight.
Going forward, dude.
We're not picking that person up.
When you want to go to one-itis, you want to get on one-itis. I'm trying to lead the fellas out of this. Because right now,
no.
Now ain't the night to dump on the fellas. We're not. But back to the ladies. But for the ladies, I mean, and this was my question to SKC. How do us guys down here at the bottom, us peons, us non-elitists, how do we become Mr. SKC? How do we get that kind of marriage? Say all of us are single and we're looking up at him. Dude, show us the way. Like we've been over here listening to these guys. Like, how do we get into position to what you're doing?
This is where the red pill reality that a lot of folks don't want to face. A lot of them can't. They won't. They don't.
Thank you.
Bitch, you lose.
Not can't.
You fail.
Not can't. Hey,
no, they can't. They literally can't. No, they literally can't. Because they weren't because that's that hopeful in the cloud shit. But reality is if you were not raised a certain way, unless you're doing the one-on-one thing, which is not the same as this online shit, you're not gonna get the game, bro. You're just not. You're not.
Bro. Okay, here's my thing though.
He has a point. We all had our father.
Hold on. Okay, yeah. Here's the thing. Like we can.
So like unless they find you straight up and actually see how family is done, they're not gonna get it. And even then, they still, because they've lived their life, because so much time has passed from dysfunction. It's not like just 6 months they turn around and whoop, there it is. Like that's not how that works.
But that's the difference, Free Zone, and the red pill praxeology. And I know you're not a red pill cat, and this is where we differ. It is that I and most other red pill content creators come at it from the perspective of do the work. You do the work, and your chances increase like extensively that you'll get to the point where SKC is at if you do the work. Like if you come to me and I tell you, hey man, you got to do these things. You got to switch to eat carnivore or low carb like me. Hey man, I want you to read these 10 books right here. And what else? I want you to walk an hour a day with a 75-pound ruck on your back. And they look at me, I can't. Well, shit, I can't help you then. It's not that you can't, it's that you won't. Like certain things that will improve you and put you in a better position. The red pill is like this. It's either you do or you don't. It's not a factor of can't. We don't care about your background, the circumstances you came up in. We don't care if your mom had you while she was on death row and she spit you out onto a cold prison floor. You know what? Come on over here, follow this pattern, and it'll work.
Can I really quick?
I don't disagree with that. Absolutely.
He said, SKC said, you can't become a gymnast beginning at age 15. You age out. Sorry. For certain things in life, yes, there is a cutoff point. There is a time limit. But if you're a man who's able-bodied, and not even able-bodied, I'm making so many improvements this year. I'm crushing it this year, and I am disabled. And I'm telling you, all it started was some elbow grease, a little determination, and some perseverance. And I'm starting to see some improvements in my life in all aspects. I don't care who you are. If you put work in, you're not going to stay at the same level. I don't care who you are. And for a lot of these dudes, they're not finished yet. Because a lot of them ain't getting pussy anyway. They don't have to deal with family court. can't be in family court if you ain't getting pussy. So you can't turn this franchise around, bro. You can turn this franchise
about money.
I'm making a point.
Ducking pussy.
What did I say? What did I say? What did I say? That was wrong.
I'm messing with you, man.
No. I think on the overall front, as far as like male improvement, getting your money right and all that stuff, I think we all agree. It's just it gets murky when you start dealing with the women aspect, and particularly the way most guys who don't decide to do that, because you do have a and I don't know how big the ocean of it is, but you do got a lot of guys who just want things to get better without doing the hard work. Now, I don't know if it's most. I don't know if it's like, if I were to base it on the chat and what the things people say, I would think most, but you got a lot.
And this is one of those weird comments right here. And like, not Los, I know he's come from your channel, Snowman.
Yeah.
The red pill projects a man's ineptitude onto women as a whole instead of working on themselves. And you know, I get what you now. I get what you're saying, Kid Styles, about men calling in the fresh and fit, not knowing what the fuck they talking about. Like, who the fuck has ever said that? No, I didn't even heard him say that. I've never heard him say that on Niggatube. That projecting men's ineptitude onto women. Come on, bro.
You saw a TikTok. Not Lowe's. You saw a TikTok. You saw a compilation, and you based your opinion on us based on what you saw on social media, which was scripted in a way to make us look bad. You don't know what you're talking about. You have to sit down, take notes, and learn, and stop assuming. People are that drives me. I'm so tired of niggas assuming. Stop assuming shit. Learn, listen, sit down and listen while you drive your car or you watch your dishes.
Hold on, kid. Give me a second, man. These men have weak egos, low self-esteem, and that's why it's effective on them. Well, no fucking shit. Like I said, if your mama spit you out on a prison floor while she was on death row and you ain't come up with nobody but some adopted parents,
you're going to have low self-esteem and a weak ego.
Hell yeah. So what the hell are you supposed to do? It's like, okay, and this is what pisses me off about these dudes, is that, okay,
why wouldn't you want to help build your brothers up instead of continue to tear them down?
Yeah, keep living that blue pill life and go marry one of them whatever girls. That's all you're going to get in life after she has Tyrone, Snowman, and Pookie's kids.
She ain't having my kids. I'm done with child support payments, son.
Yo, man.
Snow said, "I'm out of there."
Yeah, my Pookie days are over.
I'm out the game.
But it's like, but this is what I.
No more snow pook. No snow pook here, man. No more.
Yeah, that was the only beef that I had with SK. Everything else was trolling except for that with SKC when he said the men don't want to see other men win. Hell to the fuck no. I guarantee you, every single red pill content creator wants to see other men win at the end of the day.
I would phrase it very, very differently. I'm not fully invested in seeing men win. And what I mean is, I'm not gonna I don't want you to win more than you want you to win. I don't subscribe to that. So if you don't want to win, then I don't give a fuck if you win or lose. That's just me personally.
Oh yeah, I'm with you on that one, definitely.
Like I don't have time to pick bitch niggas up by the bootstraps and show them the ropes and all that shit. Like fuck no. You have to do something prior to you approaching me that would make me cut out a piece of my life to help you.
So
that's where I'm at.
Not Los 2 said, so some red pill ding dong is manipulating you, your insecurities and emotion to ingratiate themselves. You're being fooled. Who the fuck is doing that? Well, do you even know what red pill means, dude? Wait, hold on. Do you know what red pill means, you dumbass? Do you know what it means?
No, ad hominem. No.
Because he said ding dong. Man, okay, fine. Do you know what red pill means? Do you know what red pill means? Do you know what we represent over here?
Okay,
you know what it means?
Well, look, the truth of the matter is to respond to that comment, not lost just me. That is why there's some of us up here that are trying to go about this a different way and point out some of the things that aren't working in the red pill.
Yeah, like I said before, man. To me, the red pill is just it's a nice haircut with a fucked up line. We just gotta just touch it up a little bit, touch that line up, get that line straight before you get up out that chair. That's what it is to me.
And that's where the point of contention and disagreement is. Me, I disagree with Snowman and Free Zone, but we're gonna come together. We talk about it. We meet in the middle somewhere. Like it's chill. Man.
I've actually never heard this from you two because I didn't know this. So Free Zone, you have issues with the red pill. What are they? Because I've never heard you say this.
Okay, let's break it down point by point. So let's break it down point by point. Free Zone.
Well, my main contention is that a lot of the mainstream red pill is too focused on women and bitches and all that goofy shit.
Okay. I agree. And doesn't
that's my like when you say that, and it's not from a position of y'all are afraid to correct the hoes because y'all seen me. I'll check a bitch. The problem is that it's not when you start having this conversation about moving the needle forward, like it makes for great entertainment. But when you actually start having a conversation about moving the needle forward, I don't think that it does. I think it's futile in that regard.
Moving the needle forward from what perspective? A macro or micro? Because if you're saying it from a macro level, I agree with you. But on a micro level, it's definitely moving the needle forward for a lot of dudes.
I'm mainly when you start talking about changing laws, you're talking macro,
right?
Like if you're trying to help individual guys, on the micro, I have no argument against that. Like I think they do help some guys. I think that depending upon what pool you hop in, you may get led astray. But there are some dudes that get help. Some dudes get fucked up in this too.
Man. I'm like freaking no loss, man. How much money you want to put on it, bro? Like, please tell me how much money you want to put on it.
I'm a red pill guy that got married.
Bro. I'm like this. You give me any freaking dude off the street, and trust me, you give him my $10,000 training, and like, yeah, he gonna put it in out there. He gonna follow Myra's guidance.
Don't do that. Don't even.
I don't understand why all red. I don't understand why all red pill
come to North Carolina and we'll do something. Just put me out there and I'll do it.
No. I'm just saying.
Content.
Content strategy. Put me out there.
Content strategy.
Let me talk to some bitches in my wheelchair and make these niggas look stupid.
We've been talking about doing that for a while, bro. That's been in the talk.
For real.
Yeah.
Y'all know. Okay. Earth 7, y'all. Let's go to Earth 7 real quick. All three of us on this corner are single over here. If we took Kid Styles to Thailand, Colombia, freaking the UK in that wheelchair, do y'all know how much freaking nappy we would just get because of Kid Styles in that wheelchair? But that's another day. Back to Earth 1. Back to real Earth. Donut-shaped Earth.
Oh Lord,
There was another comment I wanted to bring up from SKC. Right here, like not lost, man. I think he's trolling, Snow, man. I think he's really like a red pill dude from your channel, and he's trolling us.
Nah, he's actually one of those. He claims to be a democratic socialist or some shit like that, man. So he's from Canada.
Oh, never mind. Okay, never mind.
Man, it might be Ragnarok trolling us and shit. Man, you really Ragnarok?
Never mind. Nothing to see
here. No,
it's
not Ragnarok. He's actually been up on my panel one time and had a discussion with me for a couple hours.
Nothing to see here, folks. Man, just another Canadian who don't know what the fuck he's talking about.
We love you, Ragnarok, man. You're just our Canadian brother from another mother.
Yeah, you're not a real white dude.
Oh my god.
Or a real black dude.
Nope, not going.
From
SKC, Red Pill kept speaking on married guys. They responded, and dudes got emotional. And all right, so I don't believe the dudes in the chat were emotional. Well, yeah, I believe they were.
Because
most of the dudes. Hold up, real quick, kid. The dudes in the chat you were speaking on, man, they've been the victims of the meat grinder, of the divorce grinder, of the family court grinder, and they did everything right, and they didn't get the SKC outcome. So so be it. But look, man, there's married. Not every married guy is on a blue pill tip. Like I said, man, I'm married and I'm red pill as fuck. And you got two guys up here that aren't blue pill. They're somewhere in the middle. Whereas I'm not, this isn't a shot at SKC, but SKC leans more towards the blue pill approach to marriage. Y'all guys are more on the purple pill side, somewhere in the middle. But Me and SKC are both married, living great lives. We diametrically oppose each other on the ways to get there. So no, there's no issue, man, to the married guys. I think it's just the guys, that went through this shit got a little triggered, man. I can't fault them on that.
I can't either, because I remember how I used to feel after I went through this shit, not once, not twice, but 3 times. After a while, you feel like you start to lose hope. And to all the not lost shitty comments that he's been making, I mean, how do you expect a person to act and feel about a society when he's literally been shit on? A lot of these dudes out here, man, they literally went out and they did everything right, the way they were taught to do it, had jobs, started a family, got married, built a house, provided a security and financial stability, and then had a woman that just decided that they didn't want to be there no more and destroy it all for selfish reasons. That anybody would be pissed off about that, and everybody has a right to be pissed off about that has that happen to them.
Can I ask a question? And I don't even know if I'm wording it right, but I'm just gonna flow with it. Is it possible for things to go wrong in a direction for so long that the natures of male and female switch?
You'll have to,
and maybe nature is not the right word, but you
elaborate on that a little bit more on what you mean.
Say it again. I don't understand the question. Say it again.
Is it possible for things to go wrong for so long that the nature literally switches? So you have feminine men and masculine females, and it's moved on to a point to where you're just not going to be able to like that's what it is.
I'll tell you why.
All right.
Because a lot of these issues are artificial. They're not organic. A lot of this is due to the suppression of men. There's a lot of bad actors in the background doing a lot of BS. We've all talked about this. So that is not going to overwrite millions of years of human evolution.
Right. The reason why this is going on is because
hold on. And the prime example of this would be Afghanistan. As soon as America got up out of there, patriarchy reasserted itself. It was quick. Human nature is human nature. It don't take long.
I don't know, man. I think you can only have so many. I think you can only have so many generations of girls racking up body counts and niggas crying because they're not married. You hear me?
Well, free zone. A lot of this has to.
Let Snowman get it. Pass it to Snowman.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was just going to say a lot of this has to do with could be alleviated and was brought on by the championing of saying that or masculinity is toxic. I mean, just that ideology alone is what's destroyed a lot of the foundational structure of what men are. When you tell a man that he can't be in his natural state because his natural state is toxic, think about that for a second.
That's what I'm saying. They're suppressing. See, they're not.
Whether it's artificial or not, man, it's something that's been going on for multiple decades.
But the point I'm trying to let me say this. The point I'm trying to make is it's artificial. That it's not. You're not changing his nature. You're just suppressing it, because the moment he can be in his nature, that's what he's going to do. So I'm saying, let there be a war. Let a war break out. Let a catastrophic event happen where women can't. We saw an example of this during the pandemic. These hoes, hey, big head. When it was looking like it was going to get tough out here for these hoes, all of a sudden, hoes want to wear dresses and cook pies and be wives again, because when shit gets real, people go back to their natural roles.
And not lost.
We live in a prosperous nation,
hold on.
And so we don't have to do that.
I disagree, bro. You got dudes getting passports because they weren't, and because they are that feminine male, they go over there and they don't just all of a sudden just gain masculinity. That's not how that works.
No. You're not hearing what I'm saying. What I'm saying is,
real quick.
All of us have, let me say this, please. I have to say this before I lose it. We've all lived in this country for all of our lives. It's a prosperous nation. We're not living in the Philippines. We're not living in a bad area where shit gets real. You have to be a man. A lot of these dudes aren't men because they're not forced to be one. Masculinity, you're made into a man. So because they're not going through these hard times create strong men. That's why they're doing this. But I'm telling you, let something bad happen. Let another no shit war situation hit America, and look how fast that shit will flip. Don't take long. Let the lights go out.
I agree with both sides on this. Free zone and you, kid. But here's the deal: it's going to take something catastrophic like the Civil War. The war of Northern aggression to basically send women back to the kitchen. Back to stay at home. While the men go fight and do all that stuff. That ain't happening, bro. At this point, it's you as a man. You can go hardcore red pill, MGTOW, monk, SYSBM, go passport, bro. Those are your only options for the most part, unless you get lucky. The guys that are catching a situation like SKC will become the rare ones. They will become the anomalies living in the Capital District when this turns into the Hunger Games. But for the guys on the bottom, if you don't take one of them 4 options I said, it's going to be marry those hoes, man, because these women ain't changing, man. They strong and independent. They can work. They can get that money. They don't need us.
Hey, no disrespect, David, but I've seen the Philippines, bro. And I ain't never been there, but I've seen them slums, bro. It's rough out there. Granted, you might have been okay, but nigga, Philippines is poor.
How you gonna tell him his experience, man?
Yeah, he grew up there.
Poor. Look, his experience wasn't better than ours. Living in America, I can guarantee you that. I'm just saying, I'm just keeping it real. Sorry, not sorry. Some niggas is going through it down there, but okay. Maybe I'm wrong. I've never been there before.
But I'm glad he said that. We speaking of red pill. Let's look at one aspect of the red pill. Go where you celebrate it, not where you tolerate it. So, the men, whether
that's toxic, though, Trey. That's toxic to want to be celebrated.
Toxic is going to somewhere where a woman's going to have burning desire and love you for you. And I don't know, man. There's a lot of pushback against that, Snowman. And there was a ton of pushback from the white dudes, man. Unbelievable, not to play the curl the crown game on X. At the thought of passport pros going over there, white passport bros going over there getting a Filipino woman.
Nigga, white guys have been doing this shit. White guys been doing this shit.
No, listen to me. They're calling them pedophiles, or you just want a woman that looks like a little boy.
Right.
I'm like, did I find nigga too? I found white Wakanda.
No, white guys do shame other white guys for going overseas to find women when there's plenty of them right here in America.
White guys do have that reputation for doing that shit.
No, hold on. Let Snowman get it. Go ahead, Snowman.
No, that's what all I was going to say is, white men are notorious for shaming other white men for going overseas or doing something, like the mail order bride thing used to be a white man thing. All right. That was real big in the white community. A lot of these white guys that were, incels before we coined them incel, they would get on online in the early days of the internet, and they'd get those mail order brides from the Ukraine or whatever, bring them over here, and they would get shunned for it. I mean, because why do you need to go overseas, or why do you have to order a bride when there's plenty of women around here that are your culture, that are your race, that you can get?
Okay, so if I want to buy my SKC situation, and remember, no shade, y'all. I totally, I'm in envy. I'm like conservative. I love SKC situation. But if I want to buy it, what's wrong with me going the cheapest route?
Can I address
No, there's nothing wrong with it, Trey. And I'm not saying that there is. All I'm doing is I am actually, I'm backing up what you said. That white men do that a lot. I mean, white men are notorious for shaming other white dudes. Notorious for it.
But God, man, it's and I think New said it that men hate the red pill, not women. That's crazy to me that men in free zone, that's where partially where you come in, and when you say men don't want to see other men win like that. And it just doesn't compute to me, man. Maybe you can help me out with this. When you get a chance to come back. But go ahead, kid. You got to wait for free zone. Free zone back.
My bad. What were you what did you say?
No, about as I saw on Twitter, the white boys hating on other white dudes, man, for going to the Philippines, getting a 4'8" Filipino that looks like a boy and calling them pedophiles and shit. Why? It's damn, it's the men, like New said, it's the men that hate on the red pill, not women, and they just don't want to see other men win.
Kind of truth. There's some truth to that. My issue with the It's not even an issue, bro. I just see different aspects of the red pill, and I see holes in it that would be beneficial for them to just kind of get patched up a bit, and there should be an adjustment to it. Like I said before, focusing on the hoes.
I mean, besides that, because I agree with you.
100%. No. There's outside like that's a huge part of it, bro. That's a huge part of it.
Is that your only line of contention? Is what I'm asking.
The rest of it is like small stuff. It's the rest of it is small stuff where you can have some. I think the fact that so many guys have been taken through family court and have had to go through that, and you having discussions with these people, these types of people, from just a logical standpoint, it becomes hard because then you get questions like, were you there? Do you know how it feels? If you don't know how it feels, then I don't want to hear it. And it's like, yo, we're having a discussion about an argument. Like, I'm not making a personal attack on you, but a lot of dudes feel that. And I think I find that to be problematic because it creates a blind spot that disables you from adapting as you should.
Well, Frieza, one of the things that I've heard from the red pill that they don't like about folks like you and myself, Trey, SKC, that are married is they seem to think that we're trying to tell them that they have to go out and be with a woman.
No.
And that's
that's why I disagreed.
I'm not part of that crowd. Remember, I'm red pill first, not marriage first.
No. But you think that we're saying like, and I keep hearing the argument where like we're pushing men to marry these hoes, and that wasn't
pushing at all.
To your point, because I guess this was in the context of the Daily Wire and Red Pill, and I kind of missed that aspect. When I saw Pearl and Clavin, when I heard them debate earlier, I immediately realized why you said that. Even though I disagree with Clavin on a lot of stuff that he was saying.
He isn't that intelligent personally.
Well, and here's my thing when it comes to the ladies, and I tell you, it's at the end of the day, it's a byproduct, but it's the most important byproduct of becoming, embracing the red pill praxeology. Because at the end of the day, it's about, awareness of female nature. And two things you got to do. First thing you got to do is remove yourself from female nature. Go back, reinvent yourself. And then once you're reinvented, don't become Tucker Max, one of the best pickups artists to ever do it. As soon as he got married, he went super blue pill.
Right. And it's not even, and the issue is not even that the women are there. Okay. I don't have an issue with women being around. But the problem is that I think the incentives that women have for coming to these places are greater than the actual change that's happening in men.
Well, the
benefit that they get from that far outweighs whatever type of change that you think comes from constantly watching men argue with hoes. They win in that regard.
Well, and here's one of the things about the red pill, and I'll pose it to the chat and y'all up here. Why do women hang around red pill spaces? Simple enough. This is an easy red pill. Anybody know why women hang around red pill spaces?
Because the men are there. I don't know. I just don't know this.
Because they know that those are men. Because they know that those are men they can't get.
Close. Anybody in the chat know why these women hang around men at the
not Lost says because they're toxic women.
Oh man,
I want to talk.
I mean, they're toxic women, but I also because they know the dudes are simps.
No, not that. Not the blue pill side. Hold it real quick.
No. I'm talking about the no. I'm talking about the red pill side. All them fuckers going off in the. Well, I don't know everybody in the chat, but I'm saying all them fuckers going off in the chat like, yeah, whoop that bitch, whoop that trick, and all that stuff. Yeah, that's
no. That's not.
Come
That's
on.
red pill rage. That's rage. That's the rage face. But here's the thing: why they hang out
trolling.
That's red pill rage. It's that nihilism, black pill.
You know what I'm saying? 280K views and everybody just trolling. Let's not do it.
No, I'm saying you're right. Niggas be bad, but niggas also be trolling. They do be trolling.
Hold up. And River Hate is almost there. And women will do almost anything for attention. And women want their attention on the best man they can get possible. So here's the deal. As these women come towards the epiphany phase, they know that they can't get a Jay Waller. But guess what? Let me get the dude that Jay Waller trained up. If Jay Waller's making $7 million and he taught this dude down here to make $1 million, if I can't get him, I can get him. And Richard Cooper said it best. Women ain't trying to build with you for the most part. They want to hang around at the finish line and wait for the winners. That is an aspect of the red pill is why these women are on these shows. And here's the deal. And Free Zone, you said it about these dudes up here arguing with women on these shows. They don't want those dudes. They want the dudes that come with the Free Zone method. How many women have just I've heard it, the women just flirting with you on panels when you just slide in on nigga 2 panels and all of a sudden the women get all, oh, hey, Free Zone.
I have seen that.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, they do that to me too.
Look how they did old boy over on Hood Conservatives panel. The dude Arthur that day. They kept calling old dude. I thought that was his name, but he just had an avatar Arthur up there, and they're like, whatever, Arthur. Arthur. Bro.
Oh, that was nasty work. Nasty, bro.
Someday tell me that story, guys. I wasn't there for that.
Oh, but Hood Conservative held a panel, man. It's Sexy Red and what's the other name? Other one? The other one, man. The one that Clue be beefing with.
Ron B.
Yeah, Raw B chick. But they were basically up there talking about what a real dude is and they going in on this dude, this lame, and he's trying to SBE him. Well, guys, and ladies, and if I had this, I would talk to y'all and take y'all out. And man, they just sunning him. And then this real nigga came on the panel with the deep voice and all. You could tell, he probably a pook or whatever, a reformed pook. Hey, Arthur, this is what real masculinity is. You need to be like him. Bro.
Wait, I did.
Disgusting work, bro.
Man, and I hate going to nigga tube, man, but that shit was so entertaining.
And you know what? This is a I don't even know if it's a criticism for SKC, but I do think that I think he needs to watch more white manosphere content.
Yeah.
Because I think it'll at least the picture will become a lot clearer for him in regards to red pill.
It'll give him a more broad view of everything.
Yeah. Because if you base it off of just the community and
then everything's going to be jacked up,
it's going to be respectfully, you can't base red. I'm gonna just name names, bro. Fuck it. You can't base red pill philosophy off of a fucking Bernard conversation or a fucking Obsidian conversation. You're not gonna be able to do it. You're just not. It just is what it is, man. You're just not.
Oh, you just said it.
Yeah, man. Let's keep it real, man. I don't want to mince words about that at all. I don't want to. What do you mean? Who we talking to? Now, I'm telling you, SKC know where he go. That ain't the red pill spot. That ain't the red pill spot.
Yeah, and that's part of the reason I really can't have a conversation about, red pill, the praxology over on the Nicotube side, or if we even get into that part of the conversation, because everything, when you play the social construct black game, it's backwards. Maybe it wasn't this way 70 years ago, but at the current time, Black America is bizarro world. Up is down, down is up, good is bad, and masculine is feminine, and vice versa. And this one right here,
we're oppressed, yet we're still kings and queens.
I gotta do it. Sorry, y'all. I gotta do it. Where is it?
Niggas can be gay too. Whether you like it or you love it. Whether you're kissing or you're touching. The ride, the lust, I know you covet. Niggas can be gay too. There ain't nothing you need to hide. Video games won't really survive. Tomorrow you might not be alive. Niggas can be gay too. Niggas can be gay too.
That's why we can't have a conversation.
That was fucking gay.
I press mute. Stand that song.
Hey, but okay, I rehood. Told y'all a couple times back on Telegram that niggas was stepping on the red pill, hustling counterfeit, lower quality pills. It's what it is. I just look, man. Dirty folks said it. The communitized number, women, gays, and felons.
I agree with them.
Kids. Which to me is just gay as fuck, man. If there ain't no men, if ain't no base dudes leading your community, if ain't fathers, nuclear families leading you don't have a community. That's all I got to say about the community when it comes to this red pill stuff. It doesn't compute in my mind. I can't tune in. I can't have a conversation. I can't even do it anymore.
Ain't nothing to talk about.
I mean, I leave that to Snowman, but
I can't even. There really isn't anything to talk about.
This is the first stream I've done in 2 months. Like I don't even watch that stuff no more. Like I unsubscribe from all that. I let it all behind. And I've been a more balanced and happier person. Speaking of happiness,
I'm sorry, man. I gotta give it up the river of hate, man. This is 100. If they replacing white people with freaking immigrants and all this, they're replacing niggas with gays.
Gays and Mexicans.
No. I'm talking about the black man, the straight black man is being.
Oh yeah. You're right, because that's what I was. Whose panel was it that I was on? Where I was on a chaotic stream earlier today, and one thing that I've noticed from a lot of these TikTok lives that I've been watching is the black women are on TikTok, and they are pushing this narrative that if you're anti-trans, that means you're also anti-Black America, because to them they're one and the same.
Yeah, I mean, I can't argue with River of Hate right here. Like, I know I played that video in jest. Thanks for Survival to put me onto it, but fuck, it's true, man. Like, honestly, like I've spent some time working up in Austin, and I have seen more gay black dudes in Austin than I've seen in Baltimore or Atlanta. Like, why Austin, Texas? Why am I seeing all these Decepticon brothers in Austin, Texas?
Hey, my whole life I've always known that Texas had nothing but steers and queers there.
But why, man? That's Atlanta stuff. Why are they in Texas?
It's bleeding out into the normal society, bro. It is what it is. Yo, y'all know it's like I'm not gonna say that because Freeze gonna clip me. No, I ain't gonna say that. Never mind.
Well, let me save you. I'm pretty sure a lot of those dudes from Austin are coming from Cali.
Probably.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not exactly sure, but all the big jobs moved from California to Texas. I don't see why the population wouldn't move with them and bring a little gay, put a little gay in their luggage.
Well, let's highlight not lost comment at 152.
Okay, I will, but real quick, if we can just roll it back into the pill, how many of them dudes are coming over or being raised by single moms who all they know is to act like the woman? So they have no sense of what it is to be a man, so they copy all the mannerisms of their mom.
From Cali? Come on.
I mean Texas. No, Texas, Cali. Man, the single mom epidemic is crazy out here, man. And it's not just go on Tinder. You won't. It'll blow your mind. Just go on Tinder and start swiping.
Right, but But are the gays in Austin homegrown, or is the pack flown in? Because that makes a big difference.
Man, Austin is so weird now. Austin's matching Portland with the weirdness.
Yeah, it's the most liberal part of Texas.
Man, they got a whole district in Houston, bro. Even in San Antonio, we got a whole district. Dallas has one. Clue know where I'm talking about in Dallas, where it's at. But are these dudes, this is like back, it doesn't matter the race now, because I done seen them all. Is it because of the way the moms are raising them? Like, come on, man. Back in the day, Snowman, we didn't see this many gay dudes running around. They kept that shit hidden.
Yeah, that's a fact. I mean, there's a couple guys I went to school with that I didn't even know was gay until after graduated and 20 years later.
I don't know, man. It's just that what will it take? Like, what? I don't even know how to approach that from the pill, man. What is it going to take to can you do something from the pill for these dudes? Is there anything you could do from these dudes that, get the gay out of them? I don't know.
Pray the gay away.
No, they done.
Well, first off, anybody that sits and thinks that, constantly being bombarded and inundated with nothing but fucking homosexual and trans ideology and rhetoric day in and day out isn't affecting men is fucking delusional as hell. I'm just going to say that right out there, because you know what? If you think that that is not changing the way someone isn't indoctrinating people and teaching them how to be a certain way, then you've already been indoctrinated.
Now, kid, free zone. Now, if you're a dude and your mom like those Chads and Tyrones, and now she raised you as a single mom, and all you getting is that stuff Snowman taught. Like, God, I mean, how much can the red pill help you? What do y'all think?
It depends. It depends on how the man from that household reacts as he becomes an adult. Because I have personally seen dudes come from that situation and turn around, and now they're successful businessmen. They're living a good life. So they can turn it around. But typically, what I observed is that there kind of has to be something in you that attracts you to this anyway. I think you're kind of born red pill, if that makes sense. It's like there was something in me always as a child that was always seeking the truth, and I was always curious as a child. I think you're just kind of born this way. You can be converted, but I think a lot of us, we were attracted to this because it kind of aligned with one aspect or another of our lives. And we said, oh, I was already thinking along these lines anyway. It aligns with what I was already, now I know they're not crazy, right? So it depends. But I've seen guys turn around. Guys can turn around. Guys can absolutely turn around. I think men can turn around a lot easier than women can turn around, personally. It's just they have to have the willpower and the desire to do it. But if you want to do something, you'll find a way to do it. If there's a will, there's a way. Trust me.
And SKC had a question for you. And I know you wanted me to bring up another comment too. But Snowman, I thought men having sex doesn't affect them.
Sex affects everyone, but not to the same degree. SKC. You know this. Maybe you don't. I don't know. I don't know what you know, because you never actually say what you actually feel. From what I've observed, I don't think that's when SKC be talking sometimes, except for this situation, this marriage situation. I believe him on this, but a lot of times SKC be talking. I don't know if that's what he actually feels. I don't know if he's telling the truth or not, because he trolls so much. I don't know where he stands.
I don't know what this comment's supposed to mean.
Okay,
it's in reference to what you said before. I was coming in the house, but you were going into you went on you went down an avenue of, you said something about sex. I forgot what you said.
Was it me?
No, it was Snowman.
I don't know.
Oh,
you'd have to go back and replay it to tell me what the timestamp is so I can replay it.
I don't know. I think there comes there does come a tipping point, because it's like there's an idea that the more sex a man has, like, that adds to his manhood, and there actually is a critical there actually is a point where that can teeter over and go into dangerous areas.
mean, don't
No.
you don't think it does though? To a degree.
To a degree.
Right, to a degree. To a degree.
It's not everything. It's not the end all be all of existence, what you're saying.
SKC, I'm gonna send it to your email.
Not only is it the end all be all, but okay. Do you think a guy can have? Is there a body count too high? I hate to ask this. God, is there a body count too high for a man?
No.
I don't.
None.
There are porn stars, a man can who get married and have families and they're fine. I don't think there's such thing as a too high body count for a man. Now, if you're saying is it too high for him to be monogamous, maybe after doing all that he can't be monogamous no more. But that's about it. He'll be fine.
But see, that's the he'll be. Wait a minute. The he'll be fine. He may be fine, but after you get so high of having sex with so many women, your psychology as a man changes, and there's some of that has to be torn apart if you're going to have a marriage or monogamous relationship, whatever you want to call it.
Well, I mean, why do we always have to get married?
Hold up, real quick. Let's stay where we're at. Hold up, kid.
No. I'm saying, but that's the discussion, though. I'm in the context of marriage versus red pill. I mean, like I said, you can do whatever you want to, but I'm saying like these kinds of things just can't be ignored. That's all I'm saying.
Hold up, fellas. This is where I started the show out with. Hold up, kid. This is where I started the show out with. I don't know if you came in yet, Free Zone or not, but this is when I said that a man can go out there, follow the Myron Gaines rule, smash 50 women, and get real good at distinguishing who's a hoe or not and picking a wife. He is going to be ice cold with his game if he does that. Now, here's the reality. If you ain't Jay Waller, you ain't going to reach those astronomical numbers, Wilt Chamberlain numbers. You ain't coming anywhere close to that
20,000?
if you're just a normal dude. Yeah.
What he had 40,000?
Yeah.
Was it 40K? No, we ain't talking about that.
It was 40K.
Wait.
Ain't no way.
That's what I'm saying. You just look at for a man who took down 40K, he'll be fine. Like, no, nigga, no.
I don't believe.
I don't believe the number, but yeah.
One of the top rated guys on Twitter, and I watched the interview, y'all, with one of the dudes that was swipe right the most on. He was this light skinned brother, a pilot. He was like one of the hot top like 0.2% of men on Tinder. And he said on Tinder he had smashed like about 1,200. And he didn't even skip a beat. He was just like, yeah, it was this. Then one day I just decided to stop. I wanted to settle down and be monogamous. So I just chose to go that route. Now I'm happily married. And it's honestly, I truly believe that it's come from this, Free Zone. If you come at it from the masculine perspective, you was raised by your dad and uncles, them, they were pimps players, and they taught you how to maintain frame, it ain't gonna affect you. But if you was raised by mama and them, and you going out there just smashing anything, community, I think at that point it could severely affect you in the head because these dudes never had masculine frame. So the first time they fall in love, they're gonna fall in love from the female way, which I wanted to avoid earlier, Snowman. And you get a dude who's effeminate and some one-itis, at that point, this kid who's been smashing anything doesn't know how to respond to rejection. So he might end up killing his baby mama. He might end up killing everybody up in that house when old girl does him dirty or stays out at work too long.
Right. And I guess if I were to put it all together, right, I agree that the laws need to change. But while the laws are not changing, what are men to do? Now, you have men that are perfectly fine being alone. You also have men that can do the 4 things that you suggested, and they'll be fine. You know what I'm saying? But the argument is as a man, why should I have to do all of these things just to what you know what I'm saying? It becomes because then the man feels that they have to do more for an issue for a problem that they didn't even create. Let's say that they had nothing to do with. It was like this when they got here. Nevertheless, and I'm putting it in your words, these are your options. Now, if you don't like those options, that's perfectly fine. You know, you can go off to be by yourself. I'm cool with that too. Shout out to New. That's, you know.
your response to you right here, Free Zone. That part right there, Free Zone. So the law of cause and effect doesn't apply for men and sex, but believe the science.
What happened?
Well, I will say this. There's a God, I can't even name their names. Kid, you probably know him. There's a whole lot of dudes that do that science in regards to relationships and stuff. Negative. Rolo's always quoting these two guys.
Professor Jim Buss, like him?
Yeah. Dr. Buss, Robert Buss. Yeah, Robert Buss is Robert Buss, one of the best in the field, has determined through his science that men and women are affected differently. Like, it's a red pill known that, hey, if you're based, I ain't talking about these effeminate dudes out here. I ain't talking about the community, but if you're based and you're making $7 million a year and the women just come to you on your Vegas trip, cool. You can do that and you're going to go right back home. And I witnessed it myself, spending 7 days broken down, in California, hanging out in Tijuana. Plenty of married guys just over there just doing what they do. They're in a dead bedroom or they just want to get some strange on the side. And they go right back to loving their wife. They may take a trip down there every now and then. And as a man, hey, men like variety. Another red pill. Does it suck hearing it? Does it sound vicious? It does, but it's reality. Now, here's the other thing. If a woman goes to a trip to Vegas and she does what it do, fellas, it's over. It's done. Women don't go out there and throw their body out there the same reason that men do. Women do it for emotion. Men do it just because we like strange.
And let me say this real quick. SKC, like a lot of guys on his side, have an issue with that. They have an issue with male promiscuity for whatever reason, and I don't know why, because this is how
that's it is. Right, bro.
It's their right to live how they want to live. They want to have multiple women. So and to like criticize to counter his argument about men not being able to stay married successfully because of having a lot of promiscuous sex. 80% of divorces are filed by who? Even dudes don't look. Even if the woman gets on it, dudes don't just give chicks away, bro. We don't just leave women like that, bro.
Well, no, okay. Wait a minute. No, okay. I agree with you, but you're responding to an argument that I did not make. What I'm saying is,
no, that was SKC.
Oh, okay. SKC said something. Okay, I was just finding never mind.
SKC was like I think SKC. If you're in the chat, correct me if I'm wrong. I think he said that men having all this sex could affect them down the line when it's time for them to settle down. But my counter to that is 80% of divorces are filed by women, because men don't leave chicks like that. We don't, because for most men it's hard to get women. So if you got a woman who's giving you sex, you're not giving that up easily, dog. Unless she's just insane. So what is he talking about? Even men don't leave women like that. Most men would prefer that a main chick, their wife, whatever you want to call it, and some strange on the side, like Trey said. Maybe a girl here.
Hold on, real quick. SKC, check your email because SKC, check your email because I emailed you the link.
Not lost. What are you talking about, bro? Like, can we let him on the panel? I want to talk to this dude so bad. I want to pick his mind and see where he's coming from.
He won't come on the panel.
Out of nowhere.
No, he good. He good, man. He good. And just because I'm making this body count argument, I am not saying that men need to be virgins either. I'm not saying that either. I'm genuinely asking, is there a point where it gets to be too much, to where it actually works to your detriment?
I guess it depends.
All dependent upon the man. But hey, real quick, about to bring SKC on, kid. You and SKC, no heated emotion battles. Y'all keep your tone down. I'm high as hell right now. I need chill.
I'm not. My brother still hasn't come to bought me my stuff. Bro, where you at?
Oh shit.
I want to be like you, bro. I want to be like you right now.
Saki King Kong, what's up, man?
Hey, hold on real quick. I'm leaving the white man in charge to moderate because I got to.
I'm muting.
That was just me and SKC.
Let's go.
I mean, look, I said some harsh things about you earlier, and it's not personal. These are things that I perceive that you have done when you've spoken, and from what I've seen, these are things you have done. You may not agree, but that was
what?
All I'm saying is, in general. Well, let's just focus on your argument you've been having today. Before we begin, I ask you one courtesy. I ask you only one courtesy. I need to know. Speak like me for 1 second. Just put yourself in my shoes. Oh, he left. What happened? What happened, everybody? Hey, Snowman, what you doing?
Apparently, I'm moderating your guys' discussion, so carry on. Trey's the one.
I mean, no, SKC is gone. SKC is gone. I don't see him.
No, he's not. He's right there.
His picture changed. Okay, my bad. I thought he left. Okay, so before we start, I just want you to be direct as possible and tell me what is your argument and where do you stand? None of this. Just tell me straight up, kid. This is my position. XYZ. That's all I'm asking before we start. Can we do that?
Sure.
All right. So as it pertains to the red pill of marriage, what you were speaking about earlier, what is your line of contention?
My line of contention is that the married dudes don't really speak on red pill anything. The red pill guys are the ones that have have had all of the conversation about marriage and blah 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 for years. So what's finally the married guys make one or a few comments about it as a retort, and then a bunch of guys get all emotional.
That's actually not true, and I'll tell you why. Because I've been around for a long time, and I'm here to tell you, there've been married guys and guys like this hating on us for a long time, bro. You just haven't seen it. And we were talking about this earlier. You've been in a lot of the black spaces as it pertains to this. You need to go over to the white spaces more, bro. Because I'm telling you saw a lot of white. Some man alluded to it. A lot of dudes have been hating on how we live for a long time. This isn't new. That's why guys are getting tired of it. That's why Myron and them are responding the way they are. Because the Daily Wire guys and guys of their ilk have been attacking us for years. They have. Officer Tatum. They've been going. Ben Shapiro. This is not a one-off. They've been making these and the red pill guys haven't responded to them at all. They've been very quiet. Myron didn't say anything. They've been talking about Myron's TikToks. They were analyzing Ben Shapiro, the big one. That's like the most popular one that's circulating around right now. When he was criticizing Myron's list on what men should do before they get married, and he was hung about the 50 bodies. Myron didn't say nothing for a long time about that. He let it slide. So this is just recently that they're just getting annoyed and it's okay. Let's have the discussion. Justin Waller goes on whatever podcast. Leo Rose. Well, Justin, why won't you just? That's not how I'm built. That's not how I want to live my life. It is what it is. And for some odd reason, my line of contention is I don't understand why the guys on your side have so much shit up their ass about how men want to live there. Why all the dick policing? Why do you care?
One more question.
Fire away, honey.
Okay. If you have only one place in your heart for one woman, or you want to have one woman in your heart, I think you said, why don't you just commit to one and choose to be faithful to her?
I'm just not wired that way. I spent my whole 20s trying to fix myself. Thought something was wrong with me. You're a man of self-control. You work out, you do business. Yeah. You can possess your own power and direct it the way you want to direct it. It's not how I am.
You think that might be a limited mindset?
I think it's none of your business, but I don't want you to think I'm triggered by you. I'm not. Okay. I saw somebody say that, and I think that's interesting. I think you're annoying, but I'm not triggered. You know what I'm saying? No, you are. You're annoying in like this goody two-shoes type way, and that's fine. I'm going to live my life on my terms, unapologetically, like truly. So you can ask me this 85 different ways. Mm-hmm. At the end of the day, I'm going to walk out of here the same man.
Can I ask you
And that's basically, I don't understand why y'all are so upset. Maybe you personally aren't, but a lot of guys who align with you when it comes to the traditional values in the marriage, the Daily Wire and those guys, I don't understand why they're so hung up about how men live their lives, like when it comes to their personal business, what they do with women. It doesn't make sense to me. How a man lives his life, how he lives his life.
Moy, we will not be taking those kind of slanderous comments. Married men do not stay beta, and they are not simps.
Most of y'all are.
Right again. No, sorry, I disagree.
You can disagree all you want.
How much does Fresh and Fit make annually? Like just
they're millionaires.
If you were to guess.
Myron said it last year. He was at 3 million. And he's got more properties now, so he's probably a decamillionaire at this point. He's probably in the tens of millions at this point. I don't know how much Fresh has because Fresh doesn't say anything. Fresh is very quiet about what he does.
So about how much do you think that they make a year?
I'm going to say, based on what Myron said, at least 3 million a year, at least, because that was the last figure that he had given.
Okay. The Daily Wire ranges somewhere between 350 to $500 million a year. Why do you think they would give a crap about Fresh and Fit?
But you listen to what I said. He made a reaction video to what he said. These are facts. I'm not
right. He
reacted to what he said.
Okay,
what are you getting at? You're doing it again. Nope. What are you getting at? Don't do that. I don't want to ask a query. What are you getting at? Be direct, please.
Red pill guys speak about marriage.
Okay.
When married people retort, they get upset.
But I'm explaining to you that
if you
mischaracterize
kid, you gotta let him finish his statement.
Okay.
If Red Pill from its inception can continuously give critiques about marriage, then married guys can give a critique about them.
Okay, and no one said that they couldn't. However, the problem is, one, you're wrong because they've been criticizing us for a while, like I've already said. This is not new. And two, a lot of the times when they critique us, they're inaccurate. They're incorrect. I told you, if you were listening to me earlier, there were 4 guys that called in on the show, Fresh and Fit, the other day. All 4 of them were inaccurate in their assessments of how they were critiquing them and what they do. A lot of these dudes don't know what they're talking about. They're just talking shit. That's why we're upset. That's why they're annoyed. Well, I'm upset, but that's why people are annoyed on this side of the internet.
Okay.
They want to criticize us, which is their right, but be accurate at least.
Okay. Where did the 50% of marriages end in divorce stat come from?
Look at James Sexton. He's the big one for this right now. He's been a divorce attorney for 23 years. He says the marriage stat officially is 56% in the United States.
Okay.
Right
who did the red pill? Did the red pill talk about that stat?
Yes.
In its beginning.
I mean, I don't know how when we started bringing up statistics, but it's been around for a while. Yes,
it's been around for a while. Did it exist? Did it exist before Fresh and Fit?
What, the stat on marriage?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
What's your point?
It's false.
It's not. I don't believe it is.
Okay.
I don't believe it is. You can just look at the numbers. You can just look at observer reality. These motherfuckers getting divorced. They're not getting married. First of all, we're not getting married and we're getting divorced. So, like, you can use the eye test and line with why do you believe it's false? I'll ask you that. What do you believe the number is?
The number has never been over 34%, and the studies have already been proven this on several occasions. And the number that you're using comes from a projection that was in the late 1970s. And this has been shown over and over and over again. But because certain people live in a bubble, they don't want to listen to opposing viewpoints. And then when
what are you talking about?
When other people have led off with that for such a long time, and then guys say, you know what, I want to throw this out there to you guys. You're listening to a myth, and then it's like, oh, you're attacking us.
It says here, the American Psychological Association estimates that the probability of a first marriage ending in divorce within the first 10 years is approximately 32%. That's not the divorce rate, though. Is that what you're referencing?
No.
First marriage is still ending divorce at a rate of approximately 35 to 50%, while second marriage is facing even higher. I don't have time to do this right now because this is investigative work, but there is a podcast with James Sexton and Rolo and the boys over there. Actually he breaks down the statistics, and he's been a divorce attorney in New York City for 23 years. I would urge you to go watch him because he's very accurate. He knows what to talk about. But let's just leave the numbers. Let's just leave that there. Let's leave that there. Put that down.
I understand that, kid. But it's a seminal point, because when you talk about the whole idea of this idea of, oh man, the married guys are just attacking the red pill guy. It's like, no, when you come out with a statistic like,
what do you want me to say? They are. They've been doing it for years. I've been watching it. They're leading men astray. They're going to mess men up. These guys, these fake alpha males this, these fake alpha males that. What is that called? But I'll let you continue. I'm sorry. I apologize.
when someone leads off with statistics that are not true concerning your lifestyle, and then they continually push that out, and when you show them differently, they claim that you're attacking them. That's not a fair assessment.
You're correct. You assume that you're correct. I don't believe
I'm not assuming.
You're not
actually
correct.
What SKC is saying, man, it's actually kind of reminiscent of what you see in these black YouTube spaces when anybody comes in and pushes against the narrative that there isn't all this oppression and racism going on.
I still don't understand what his line of contention is. You don't like that people are responding back when they attack our points? Is that what are you getting at? They responded back. What's the point? Are they not allowed to respond back?
No, what I'm saying is if someone said, you know what, 90% of people that had leg injuries become psychotic killers, what would you say to that?
Say that again. Hold on, because I'm typing in.
Let me jump in. Chill real quick. I'm back, y'all. If we're referring to the leg injury, and this is the red pill approach to it, is how did they get the leg injury? What were their activities leading up to that? It's the divorce statistic number is no big deal to me, because to me, 1%, 2% of couples getting divorced is horrific. And a man having to go through the divorce grinder, even if it's 2 dudes out of 1,000, that's still too many. And I'm not coming at it from an emotional standpoint. I'm saying society-wise is that we're now defaulted to seeing the man losing as normal. If a dude's going to divorce court, okay, he's going to get fleeced, he's going to lose his kids, lose his house, he's losing half. It's normal. And, thanks to some politicians, a woman can just file for divorce willy-nilly. So the statistic, whatever it may be, it does not trump the fact that men don't know how to avoid the divorce grinder. And the red pill is this: whatever the statistic is, this is how you avoid it. These are the steps you take to minimize your risk.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, then since the stats don't matter, then it would be cool for a bunch of people just to say 50% of the red pill guys are homosexuals.
I mean, but it's not true, so I don't care.
No, here's the thing. I got. Let me get it, kid.
So, but it wouldn't matter because the stats don't matter.
Well,
and you shouldn't view that as an attack in any way.
Hold up real quick. Let me get it, kid. Let me get it. If you say 50% of the guys on the red pill side are homosexuals, and you've got video showing them and documents, and these 50% of guys with OnlyFans doing gay for pay, that statistic will line up all day. And that's the case when it comes to divorce, is that we can look at it. The men came together. The men that come together say, this is what happened to me. This is what happens to me. And that just, pops up all around the world. You got all these guys telling the same story of what happened to them. And therefore you have a response to it. But no, that you can't show the stats. It's like God, I can't. I'm so freaking buzzed right now. Y'all got it.
It's not even the whole thing. Whole thing about this. It's not even the whole thing about the stats. The guys can't even recreate the math.
Listen, SKC, you're hung up about the stat. Let's disagree here.
Well, the reason why the stats are important, kid, is because they use that as their argument.
No. Can we all agree that right now?
Trey, you know just as well as I do when you're using disingenuous numbers and stats as your argument.
It's not disingenuous numbers. Okay, the stats. There's like 20 different studies out there that show 20 different sets of numbers. So to get hung up on the stat does not help the guy avoid getting to the divorce grinder to begin with.
Right, I get that, but at the same time, then these people that are pushing something,
who are these people?
When there's 20 different numbers, that shouldn't even be part of the argument.
Here's the thing.
We can all use common sense.
Hold on, kid. Hold. Oh, pause. Everybody, pause. Look, y'all. It does not matter what
then
number
why
they
use
say.
It?
Hold up. It does not matter which number they pick out of the 20. It doesn't matter. That
then
is
why
not
use
part
them?
Hold up. That ain't part of the praxeology. The praxeology was never 50%. That, as Free Zone stated earlier, that is always changing. The divorce rate is not a constant. It has been different from the studies SKC showed from 1940 to 1990, and they've changed ever since. And they will fluctuate. And they fluctuate by race. They fluctuate by gender. They fluctuate by, whether you're gay or straight. The numbers are always going to change. It's not a constant, but female nature is constant. That's the praxeology. To get hung up on a number ain't part of it. So what? Some dudes stated it. Is it true if you work the numbers around for like some dudes, for a black dude somewhere versus a white dude? It may be, but it don't matter.
I'm looking at SKC and I keep seeing 35 to 50%. But listen, notwithstanding, let's just
Hey, chill. I'm trying. No. I'm gonna play gay shit until y'all drop the freaking 50%.
I did. You won't let me talk. I said I dropped it. I've been trying to move on for 5 minutes.
Hey, girls, ASL.
23, female, Thailand. 25, boy, Thailand.
That one on the right was a lady boy.
No, the one on the left.
Everybody relax. Everybody relax.
Nigga, you gay.
Anyway,
that was for Snow.
Can I say what I've been trying to say for the last 5 minutes? Because I've been trying to say something.
Yeah, man.
I'm trying to get to the bottom of this. Okay. Stats notwithstanding, let's just assume that what we've been saying is true and the divorce rate is low. What is your issue, SKC? I still do not understand what your issue is with us.
Well, the only thing that I, like I stated at the beginning, if you lie on somebody's lifestyle and then say, well, what's the problem with me lying on your lifestyle? And then when people reply, you say, oh, they're attacking us. It's like, come on, that's a ridiculous statement.
What lifestyle? How are we lying on your lifestyle?
50%.
Oh my God. Jesus Christ with you. I can't do this. Look. We're not lying on your lifestyle, bro. It's the fucking truth. You just don't want to accept it. You can look around. I grew up. You know, I grew up. You know, people were married in the area I lived in. My parents were literally the only parents. Most of the people in this area were not married except my parents.
Where I grew up, I was one of
this problem doesn't exist. You're being. You know what you're doing.
Show me the math.
Where I grew up, I was one of only 2 families that came from a divorced family.
Yeah.
In the entire town.
What does that got to do with the practice?
Well, no, I'm sitting. He's sitting there saying,
"Just show me the math." Then
here's the problem, bro. And this is why I keep there's a certain level where I get tired of you saying the word praxeology, and that's because knowing the praxeology, like, it's not going to change the men's main contempt, which is family law and family court. That seems to be the huge issue here. And the reason why having the right numbers is important is because it makes it more solid when you actually do present your argument on that front.
Okay, show me in all 5 of Rollo Tomasi's books, point out the 50% statistic. Show me, give me a clip of any stream besides Matt Walsh using it to say this is what these red pills guys say. Show it to me. Show it to me in Richard Cooper's book. Show it to me in Coach Greg Adams' book. Show me in Myron's book. Show me. That's what I want to know, because goddamn, I'm a red pill content creator, and for the last 100 days, I've been watching other dudes getting their content. I've never heard any of them say it. None of them.
They don't.
All I've heard is prescriptions for men to live a better life, to win out here. I'm like, where? Show me one. Give me one so we can critique them and go in on them.
And SKC, by the way, we're not against marriage. You may think that we're inaccurate about our numbers. Can we please just drop that and move on? Let's just drop that and move on. But we're not lying on your lifestyle. We're just looking at what befalls men when they're in marriages and they don't go well. You don't have this perspective because it's never not going well for you. You've been very fortunate. I'm happy for you. I truly am. But you don't understand. You're still walking on a tightrope. Your life your wife could flip your life upside down in a drop of a hat. You know it because of the laws that we live under. That's the truth. That I can assure you.
It's not a personal thing at all. I'm just stating.
I'm not making it personal. I'm just using you as an example. You're a married man, right?
Right. That is making it personal.
And okay, fine. It's personal. So what? So the fuck what? You have been fortunate. That's not the reality for most niggas out here, bro. You have to accept that. You need to accept that because it's the truth.
All right. So that's why I was stating if you look at the data, I can look at the data right now, and I'm looking at 162 million people who are married in the United States. So, I don't see that issue.
Look, we're not.
Is that not? Wait. No, I ain't gonna let him get away with that one. No. Is that not happening?
Okay, please, SKC, for the love of God, and kid, I'll bring you right back up. Can we please move on from the statistic? We're not going to agree on it. It's not part of the red pill. It just isn't. Whoever you represented, if it was on NiggaTube, it was. Over here, we don't subscribe to NiggaTube. That's it. Can we move on to something else? Maybe what, Free Zone or Snowman, we were discussing earlier about it. But a statistic is just going to cause tension back and forth between you and Kid.
I've been trying to move on for 30 minutes. He won't move on. He won't let me go.
Hey, SKC, I do got a question. Have you watched any white manosphere content creators?
I'm looking at Rollo Tomasi and the divorce attorney James Sexton right now, stating that the divorce rate right now is 56%.
Yeah, he said that, and I believe him.
Yeah.
He's been in the divorce for 23 years. I have no reason
to say that those individuals aren't using those spurious stats.
He's not a red pill. He's not red pill. He's a divorce attorney. He's not red pill at all. Rollo just had him on the show. Rollo has never said that. He said that.
Is Rollo Tomasi not red pill?
No, Rollo Tomasi's red pill, but James Sexton is just a divorce
attorney. All right. So I'm looking.
Red pill.
I am.
Hi, enjoy. Let's go.
I didn't do anything wrong. I don't know why you did that.
Look, y'all, I'm serious, man.
It's
let
not
me. Let the stat thing go.
Yeah,
it's not me,
man.
bro. I did.
No, it's not gonna. We're never gonna come to any kind of agreement on that. And that is,
we're not.
That is 0.1% of what is currently taking place with the red pill versus TradCons right now versus the world versus these 304s out here. Now, I'll move the discussion myself. I'll move it. Okay, how do men marry these women? Okay, the marriage is so great. I love my marriage. Marriage is beautiful. Marriage is wonderful. But I'll show guys how to get there my way. I'll show them. It's up to them whether they do it or not. But to the other side, Snowman, Free Zone, SKC, in today's modern world, how do guys get there without stepping in on a landmine?
I don't have a definitive answer for that. I really don't.
You can't avoid the land. You're never going to just avoid the landmine. Like, you could do all the right things and still, like, isn't that to your argument? You could do all the right things and still get clipped.
Would you recommend both of you? Would either one of y'all recommend would work for y'all?
Dude, nobody wants to go the path that I went.
I'm recommending what I did to my son, family tradition.
But I mean, how many people can do that today? Who have family?
No. But that hold on, kid. That's what he gonna recommend. That's what he go with. And that's what I'm saying. As far as the recommendation is like, would you recommend the route y'all went to get married? Not is there's anything against it. It's just would y'all recommend it? Would you give somebody the prescription?
And I guess I have stated differently. It's not even going to be a recommendation. It's what they're going to be groomed for.
All right.
Could you
said something?
Could you pass that on to somebody else? No. Could you pass that on to a dude that want to get mentored by you, if he's willing to do the work?
I don't understand the question, Trey, because it's like the whole thing about like the mentoring thing and so forth. It's like, how do you mentor someone of daily activity that they see day in, day out in their life that personally affects their entire life?
Well, that right there is part of the, like I said, part of this contention is that, like, I myself and a whole lot of guys have just volunteered, like, be the huckleberries, be the test dummies. All right, this worked for us. Hey, this is what's going on in the world. Take these steps. It might work for you. It may not. But you're going to be better off than, just walking out there blind. And I understand that you come from a different pedigree. And that's how it goes there. But I can't myself, and like I'm speaking for the red pill right now, can't turn our back on them other men out there. If I don't care if it's poop, it came from a single mom. They deserve, the opportunity. Not the outcome, but the opportunity.
Yeah, I don't have any comment or hatred or any sort of, ill will or anything towards any of those guys, and what they're deciding to do and how they're trying to go about everything. I don't have any contention with any of that. The only contention that I had was just the people asserting that like married guys were just so concerned and going at red pill guys. I'm like, nah, that's not a real life thing. The majority of married guys got way more things on their plate to be worried about red pill guys.
Yeah, and I know it's traditional conservatives, and it's some back and forth, and I don't know, would y'all? Well, the promiscuity part, I think that's the biggest issue right there.
Nah, even on that, it's just people trying to paint it into some sort of religious or some type of scheme like that. Like there's some sort of hatred towards these guys for, I guess living that way. I was like, my thought is I don't care, but you're not going to sell me this pseudo false pill of it has no effect upon the person, as if a person can be involved in something and okay. I do take it as a little bit of an affront, and I will put it in a personal way. Myron will never be me, and I will never be him. We are never going to be equal.
And the way I look at that is this: two successful brothers, American, that are both successful, that are operating on parallel paths. I don't see y'all as ever becoming equal in a, we live the same kind of ideology, but as far as men doing good things, men, in a position to lead a nuclear family or live, through the patriarchy and a conservative way of life, yeah, I see y'all as on the same level. Can't be the same. But no affront to him, he comes from a Muslim family, and what worked for his dad to get him over here and to like put him in the situation he is, hey, can't hate on him. It's working.
I'm not hating. I'm just stating that it's ridiculous for one to say. That's why I put the question in the chat earlier when you kind of made the idea, the SKC thing, the such and such. What happened if I buy that? And I'm like, can someone buy your military experience and all of the ups and downs and ins and outs and networking and sites and memories and all that stuff? Can they buy that?
Of course not. All I can do is consult them on it. But
all right,
I was referring to your. No, I was referring to your family situation with that, not my life experiences. I was referring to your family situation. What's wrong with a guy going to the Philippines, mail order bride, buying it?
Right. So what I'm saying is in a similar way, going about things my way and the way that Myron goes about the way that his thing, the relationship between our wives is not going to be the same.
Well, I don't think any man's relationship with his wife is the same as any other man's.
But that's how it's posted, as if you can do all of this, and then the relationships are just they're going to be the same. It's like
that's an assumption. You're assuming that. You don't know that. You don't know the relationship he has with his women. That's an assumption. You have no idea.
And the opposite.
But that's not an assumption. That really isn't. Like they may be married, but the way that their marriage operates will be completely different.
But that's not what he said.
But that's what I'm saying, Free Zone. On one end, when it comes to the quote unquote promiscuity thing, they're fine with making the assumption that guy can have the same relationship that I have with my wife. They're fine with
nobody has the same relationship. Bro, we can't have the same relationship no matter what.
No, I would have.
Not you.
Well, no, I would phrase it very differently. When Trey says, he looks at your life and says, why can't I just go overseas and buy that? You may buy a chick that's like that, but you're not buying that. You know what I'm saying? Like you're talking about somebody who comes from generations upon generations upon generations of intact families. You're not gonna be able to just go overseas and just buy that.
And my thing is this, is that if I'm looking, if I'm that guy on the street and I'm looking up at SKC and I know I didn't come from that, I want to go buy the closest thing possible. So I got to go where I'm celebrated, not tolerated, and get the most traditional, woman who wants to be complimentary to me as possible.
Right. That's facts. And even then they're only going to get a fraction of what you got. When you take somebody who's if somebody was mentored by Jordan, they're not going to get everything that Jordan got. They're going to get a small fraction of his skill, but they're going to miss out on a bunch of other things. They're just not going to get those things. So they may they'll be better than they were before, but they'll never be on the level of Jordan.
But why does that matter though? If he's happy with his life, how he lives it on his own terms, and he says, I'm never going to be monogamous, it is what it is. Going back to why does that matter? I don't want SKC's relationship with his wife.
Well,
I'm not
if I can compare, if I can answer, then don't compare your stuff to my stuff.
What are you talking about?
There it is. There it is. It's the same thing as the guys who.
No, I'm not gonna let you do that. Who's comparing anything to anything?
A dude can go out and he can love about 300,000 girls, and then he can go into a wife and get it and have a regular marriage just like everybody else.
Can. There are examples of. Oh my God!
Be like my stuff ever,
bro. I'm not doing this, bro. Really? That's your contention? That's petty. That's not even important. It's minuscule.
Okay, so here's let me jump in this. Oh, hold up, kid. The family situation and the setup, the generational wealth and all that, no. But the relationship between husband and spouse, I'm gonna go with Hoodservative on this one, or Dirty Folks. One of them said it the other day. Two crackheads could have that kind of relationship between each other over that pipe in a back alley, homeless. If we just talking love, intimacy, and communication between two people. But once you move out from that just initial me, you, love, a million, emotions, and then you get into the tangibles, it's not going to be equal for anyone.
Yeah, and that's all I'm saying is it's not, and it's not a flex. It's not. Some people take it as if that's what you're trying to do, but you're not doing that. What you're trying to say is it would be similar to what I was saying to Trey earlier. Someone sitting up and trying to tell you, you know what? Yeah, I know Trey has all of this experience in the military, and he's done this, he's jumped out of airplanes, he's done this and this, such and such. I'm gonna go on a retreat and go to this little faux military camp thing, and I'm gonna get the same experience, and I'm gonna jump out of a helicopter and such and such. And I got the same everything as Trey. It's like, no, you cannot pack all that. You cannot pack all that in a weekend versus what he experienced over I don't know how many years, and why all those dudes were getting it in with thousands of different women. It's like I was sitting in building something with one. You cannot replicate that. There are trade-offs.
And that's
good for you.
Here's
but
right there. Pause. Hold up. Right there. Hold up. Kid, real quick. And that right there is the biggest difference right there in the red pill SKC is that the red pill says build it without women. It says build it without them. If you get one, cool. But the strong recommendation is get it, build it all up, and then once you got it, let them come. That is the number one prescription when it comes to that way of life. And there's no argument with the way you get yours in, SKC. None. There's no pushback on that. Zero. We can't.
There isn't an argument. I'm just stating that they're different. They're not the same.
Yeah.
I don't understand why that's such a difficult.
Yeah, even my marriage.
Yeah, but there's
my marriage, which is as healthy as it can be, and me and my wife built together, isn't the same as SKC and his wife. It'll never be because I already had two prior lives and families before that. So two totally different experiences.
This has been a fruitless conversation, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, because as long as the I would say married guys stay silent, it's all good. But when they make a logical retort, then it's the
logical retort that they made?
I just made one.
Which was that your marriage, your situation will never. We will never be able to replicate your marriage life. That's
okay. I'm gonna use you as an example. Kid Styles. Let's say nothing ever happened to you in the whole nine. Let's say up until this time here, you've been doing nothing but slawing and smashing, and then I don't know. You say, you know what? I think I found a really nice girl and so forth, and I'm gonna settle down, and we're gonna build a life together and such and such. No matter what, the relationship that you have with her is not going to be on the level of a 17-year marriage, monogamous.
Okay, but what if he gets married at 40 later on after slawing and his marriage lasts 17 years? What then? People change, people evolve. And then he's gonna be that many years behind me.
Well,
I don't want to be you. I don't care. I'm not SKC. I am
and that's not. And that's
I don't
not
care
the
that
point.
you got married before me. I don't.
That's
Kid,
not
why are you
point.
getting so offended by this?
No,
that is not the point at all.
He irritates me. He's irritating me right now because he's not.
Okay, chill.
Well, can I, if I could thread the needle, kid, this is why it matters. Because when you start talking about that wood chipper, the path that you're talking about increases the chances of you going into that wood chipper.
wood chipper. Whoa, what are we talking wood chipper about?
Wait, what? What are you talking about?
Or wood chipper? Yeah. How did you phrase it, Trey?
I'm like the wood chipper for grinder. What? Oh, the divorce grinder. I'm like,
whoa, the grinder. I'm sorry, the grinder. Oh, yeah. Shout out to Hood, the wood chipper. Yeah.
You're saying that me, because Justin Waller and Tate, they're both. I don't know if Tate's married, but I know Justin Waller said he was married. He has a wife.
Yeah, they're both married. Tate and Waller.
They live the life. They seem perfectly happy with their wives right now and their women. They're not affected. They chilling.
Well, right. But they're part of the 1%. Trey's been talking about poop from up the street and the people down here at the low. It's different.
I'll say it again, man. If you take a guy at the bottom 80% and I show him how to be like me, I'm gonna use anecdotal evidence. And instead of doing it wrong the first way, if I just stayed single until I was 33 and then found like a 23-year-old, I'd be on par with SKC, because everything SKC did to build his monogamy at that page, as far as getting married after college and all that, I'd have did the same thing just by myself. And then adding that woman on, here's the difference. And this is where, I can't get an SK. I don't know what's going on in SKC's house, but I know this. Burning desire is a must for any guy. I'm gonna tell any guy out there, any red pill dude out there will tell you, any content creator, burning desire is a must. She must be your biggest fan. She must look at you like you're freaking Amun Ra. If not, you're wasting your time. And that will leads directly into the relationship you have. And then over here, it's not about having long theological conversations with your girl in bed at night, or, reading the same books about the Iliad, Homer, no slight about Troy, Helen and Troy and that. But I'm not showing guys to go out and get no intellectual girl. She can be a girl from the freaking countryside of the Campesino in the Philippines or freaking Honduras. If she can do the basics, with the way the red pillar point guys in the direction of, it's like choose your own freaking narrative when you're picking a woman. If you want all that in a woman, cool. These are the headaches that will come with it. If you want the Campesino girl, these are the headaches that are going to come with her. But okay, now it's choose your own adventure. Go.
That's all we preach. We don't preach that you shouldn't do this. You should. To each his own. Every man is different, right? So, like, even if let's say I got married the same time frame that SKC got married. I believe we're around the same age. Mm-hmm. Even if we were married at the same time, our marriage would still be different because I'm into different shit. the way I view women and the way what I want my woman to do, what I require of her will be all different than what you will require of your woman. I mean,
do you think that?
You know what I mean?
No. I understand that. I understand that. Do you think that there's a common thread? If you could take the majority of cases of marriages that have been taken through divorce court and family court and all that, do you think that there's common threads that go between all those divorces?
The woman wasn't happy.
Yeah, and it's been with the man, but the man was weak a lot of the time. When women get to a certain point with you, it's because you let things slide.
No. I'm just going off
check it, and over time, it breaks out of control, and that's how we end here.
I think I got the stats here. Let me see. Like the reasons. Let me see if I still got it.
Oh, ain't it money?
No, I mean it's money. She just wasn't. She just didn't like him anymore. He got fat. He's lazy. All these different reasons that women dipped out. But hey,
a lot of times what I've observed is when the respect goes, the relationship goes. So if that woman doesn't respect you anymore, it's over. It's a wrap. You're done. So I would argue.
Based on what you're saying, because the situation is created. It's always said that a woman just it's like she wakes up one day and just decides, you know what, I'm not happy, I don't want this. When
this is it right here, free zone right here on the screen. This is it. Hood brought it up at the end. This is why they leave. I ain't got to bring the stats up.
No. I'm not talking about the stats. I'm talking about the reasons that you just listed. Why the top what was it? The top 5 reasons for divorces?
Yeah, but they all lead back to this right here on the screen, Berfault's law. That's what Hood was bringing up at the end of the stream, asking SKC about. And this is one that Rollo Tomasi quotes often about every reason for, you know, a woman wanting to leave when she gets that ick leads back to Berfault's law.
So even on that, and I'm glad that Hoodservative brought that up to me, because Berfault had a counterpart. His name was Melilowski. Him and they had debates, and both of them were anthropologists and sociologists. Malinowski won the debates. His view became the main staple in anthropology. So I understand. That they
but
went
it's
back
wrong.
into
So he won, but it's wrong.
Hold up.
Okay.
Hold up.
Okay.
No. Go ahead, SKC.
Wrong. He left. He was dumped me. I don't give a fuck.
Man, come on, man.
What?
But
I didn't say no. It's not my fault. He left. I didn't say nothing crazy. I said he was wrong. I made my opinion. And he left.
No, bro, it's not the thing that he's like. If the other guy won the debate, the other guy won the debate. This is where I wanted SKC to continue. What time frame did he win that debate in? Berfault is from the late 1800s, man. Let me see Berfault. Berfault, 1874 to 1948. He died before feminism. This is where I was trying to go with SKC. Like, okay, I want to know more. Now I got to look into his partner to see what was going on in the country. What was the environment? What were the intersexual dynamics like when his partner won the debate? I'm curious, because I don't know if y'all know, but Berfault's law is like the law of the red pill. It's like Murphy's law of the red pill. So I want to know, man. SKC, come back if you can, because I really want to know.
I'll keep my mouth shut. I won't say nothing. I don't think he's coming back though, but I won't say nothing.
So Berfault's law is basically no. So Berfault's law is basically it's always the bitch fault.
No, it basically that if he can't do nothing for her, in whatever definition that's by, right, you know, sex, looks, you know, providing kids, ain't tall enough, she out. Basically, it's the man's fault. Like he ain't man enough.
Where the female can derive no benefit from us. Yeah, if a woman can't get nothing from a man, she gonna take off.
We've been talking for almost an hour. We've been talking for about an hour. I still don't understand where he stands. I don't know what his.
No, but I want to know why. Why was this overlooked? Like, were there lizards? Were there freaking, you know, small hats at play, commies at play that didn't, you know, that were trying to take society in a different direction?
During this time?
Yeah. I mean,
I don't know.
Yeah, he was 1874 to 1948. That's when, you know, his years. We can only imagine his active years were probably around the 1920s.
Could have simply just been an oversight. Could have simply just been an oversight. Could have been something they was necessary to focus on, so they just let him be.
Could women leave just like willy-nilly in the 1920s during the Depression? Were women just leaving their men then? How would they survive during the Depression if they just up and left?
I think that the why has been lost at this point. I think that the why has been lost. I think SKC
that's what I want to know.
He's salty with something. He's salty about something.
Kid, no, you did that, man. That was on you. I gotta call you out on that.
Sure enough, it sure was.
Call me on what?
The fact that you wouldn't let the man get his part out.
Y'all were just being nice. Y'all were just being I don't give a fuck. Y'all was just being nice.
Dude, kid. No, I'm not gonna let you do that. If you want to have a real sir,
I did it again.
You're doing the same thing to me that you did to SKC now. If you want to have an honest conversation, you got to learn how to shut the fuck up and listen every now and again too.
Nope. I ain't got.
Man, who kicking in the door?
I'm on one tonight.
Yeah, y'all want to keep it going, man?
Kid red pills, fuck.
Now, man.
So just off of a quick glance, based off of what I'm looking at here, bro, it looks like, I don't know if this was the source of the reason, but I'm seeing that the divorce rate was climbing between the years of 1910, 1920 through the 20s. Divorce rate was going up. It was nowhere near what we have now, but it was climbing during that time, which I don't know if that connects to this argument that they were having, but I'm pretty sure you had not male advocacy groups, but you had little remnants of, what is it? I don't want to say MRAs, but I'm pretty sure you had remnants of it during that time. Like, it's been a thing that hasn't gone away for some time. We're reaching critical mass. And so that's mainly the difference.
Okay. Hey, y'all, I gotta step away. I'm going to Whataburger. Moy Freestyles here, and I'm gonna let him up, and I'm just gonna drop off and go get some Whataburger. But y'all can keep going, and I'll just shut it down when y'all are done. If I get back and y'all up here, I'll be back in. But
leaving this up.
Yeah, but this is what I'm gonna do though. I'm gonna research for false law, and then we're gonna convene on this because I want to see what SKC is talking about. Because for me, I could just add this to my wheelhouse when it comes to helping men and help me understand how we got to this point. So I owe y'all another stream on this, and I owe SKC, and sorry SKC, my bad. I'm apologize for Kid Styles. So let's reconvene
Kid
again at a later date. All right, hit boys up here. I'll be back, fellas.
He's just passionate, man. I fuck with it. There ain't nothing wrong.
No. You know why I am the way I am with him? Because he's done this to me several times. He did it to my father. My father taught him, he did the same shit. He never tells you what he actually means. He's always cryptic. He's not direct. And when you try to make an argument, when you start to get him, he starts to move on to something else. So that's why I was irritated with him. Could I have handled it better? Maybe I could have. Would I have done it again the same way? Yes, I would. I don't care. I'm a human being. I make mistakes. I'm not perfect. Sorry. Y'all want to talk about something else?
No, you good. You good.
All right, come on, guys. I've been worse than this before. Come on, guys.
It wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad. It's just it was bad. What, 2-3 a.m. No, I said it wasn't that bad. It's just 2-3 a.m. That sake sitting in them. I don't know.
Look, man, I don't know what his gripe is, that we got the stat wrong. Even if we got the stat wrong, right? You could look around and see that marriages, people are not even the ones that are currently going on, existing, they're not. How many of those marriages are happy? Right? Marriage is like Roll Tomasi said.
How would you even measure that? How would you even come up with a statistic for how many marriages are happy?
I don't know, but I'm asking the question. I'm posing the question, right? We can look around and use observable reality, right, and match it with the numbers and see a lot of people are getting divorced. People are not getting married like that, and we don't know how many of these marriages are functional and happy. How many?
Well, because the biggest way to curb divorce and people being in shitty marriages is the first thing we need to do is we need to change the fucking divorce laws, or better yet, get rid of them and take them back to what they were, to where you have to have some kind of grounds of infidelity or something to get divorced, not just get divorced. Because with this whole divorce laws that we have now, this is why you have idiots going out and marrying idiots they have no business marrying.
I agree.
Aside from the divorce laws, they won't change, and I agree with you. They won't change, though. I agree with you. Another way you could kind of circumvent this, which won't happen because of the society we live in. Arranged marriages. They have the lowest level of divorce. It's like 1% of some shit. It's crazy.
Yeah, both my daughters that I have living at home with me. Both my daughters I have living at home with me are going to be in arranged marriages.
Oh, really? Interesting.
Yes, I'm not. They're not picking their husbands. I'm picking them for them.
That could go wrong too, but I applaud the attempt. I applaud the. I definitely.
But see, that's what I'm saying, bro. Like I get that, kid, but the idea that it could always go wrong is just like, yeah, it could always go wrong.
Everything can go wrong. If you spend worrying about what's going to go wrong, you'll never live.
And that's not to say fuck it. That's not to say fuck it. Take the leap. I'm saying go ahead. My bad.
I said I respect the attempt. I said it could go wrong, but I respect the attempt. I respect that any man that is willing to take action to better the life for himself and his children and his family, right? So I'm all for it. I don't care what action you take. If you're taking action, that's why I was confused with SKC thing. Nobody is there was in nigger there are, but nobody here is unhappy. Doesn't want to see SKC do well. I'm ecstatic that he's doing well because he's a black man. It's not a stereotype. However, I don't understand where the animosity comes from that side. Because why is this kept? He as amped up as I was, he was just equally as amped up. That's why he did the stream. You saw him when he was going at us in the chat earlier. We rub him the wrong way. People who live their lives this way rub him the wrong way.
Let me throw something at you real quick.
Being honest about what that was.
Let me throw something at you real quick though, because I think what SKC is seeing is something that I saw when I came to the Black Manosphere. You know, he said that what is it that the red pill spaces, you know, wanted to talk about married people and this, that, and the other, and they got mad when married people said something. In a lot of ways, that's the same thing that happened with these black YouTube spaces. A lot of us white folks were hearing black people do nothing but talk shit and bring up white people, and they got mad when white people brought themselves to the table and had something to say about it.
Myron and them are not mad. They were like, okay, you got something to say, let's debate about it. They asked Daily Wire to debate them. They won't do it. They're not mad. They're like, okay,
but Myron and them, respectfully, Myron and them ain't the entire collective of the red pill space. There's more in the red pill space than just them.
Right now, they are the main pushers of it. They're the main, and once again, Ben Shapiro specifically targeted him when they started going at the red pill. He used Myron as the guy. They use Myron and Pearl because everybody uses Pearl, and they don't want to. For some reason, nobody wants to address Rolo because they're afraid he'll just destroy them. So they criticized several people. Yeah, Rolo has facts, but I mean, they literally pulled up the TikTok 50 bodies. Oh my God, that's reprehensible. That's what he did. Okay, you don't like 50 bodies, Mr. Jew. Let's debate. Let's talk about it. They don't want to do it.
Yo, but why is everybody worried about 50 bodies when most of these girls out here ain't even virgins? So it's like, yo, why are you worried about what the dude's doing with his dick? As long as the man is providing and protecting, who cares about his purity? That's not a man's role. That's a woman's role.
No, but is it not a man's role to keep other men in check?
Keep who?
Is it not a man's role to keep other men in check? It's not
that has nothing to do with anything. That doesn't make, because you can still do your thing and provide and protect for your family and be a so-called family man.
What it sounds like to me is you're getting butthurt and in your feelings because another man said something about another man.
No, that's not. That's
no, he's just passionate.
I'm saying that.
I got a teammate. We loud.
It depends, bro. It depends. The way I simplify it is that if you're on this whole community type of thinking, then dick policing is involved to have a functioning community. Now, if you're not on that and you're just on, pure male agency, live and let live, then yeah, it's perfectly. The argument makes sense.
I'm saying a man and woman have different roles, and because of those different roles, we have different rules that we have to live by. And at the end of the day, if a man is doing his thing, like someone else said earlier, and everything is in check in their household, and like the person said, they slide off to Las Vegas, maybe on a business trip or whatever, and they go to a mistress or whatever the fuck, who cares? It doesn't make a difference. When a dude does it, it's far different than when a woman cheats. There's emotions involved and a lot of imprinting and so many other things involved.
Sir. Cheating is cheating.
No, that's not.
Cheating is cheating, sir.
I don't agree with that. No, I don't agree with that.
That's what I'm saying. That's a gynocentric perspective. The rest of the world doesn't have that perspective.
I don't give a fuck what you think. I really don't. Cheating is cheating. Going out and committing adultery and being unfaithful to your wife or your husband is being unfaithful and committing adultery. You're breaking your vows.
So then you should say the same thing about if a woman is not a virgin. What you saying is hypocrisy.
What the fuck is a woman being a virgin got to do with when you're married, sir?
Because you're talking about purity, and you out here in the world where people are pure.
Things.
No, I'm not.
This is entertainment.
We lit now. It is okay. if you marry a chick that's impure, that's on you.
Well, not really, because if there's only a small percentage of women who are virgins, you kind of are limited by your options.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You guys acting here, going by these traditional things, and then acting like all these women are traditional and all this stuff. Yo, it doesn't make any sense.
You want a traditional woman and don't want to be a traditional man.
Well, no. Then you run into the issue of you're expecting, and I agree with you. But don't you?
In other
would
cultures?
You?
Hold on, mess.
Right. And I understand in other cultures, and if that is the case, then you should marry women from those cultures. But as far as like here goes, the disconnect that I see is that these women aren't traditional women, right? So because they're not traditional women, none of this whole traditional women are supposed to, none of that's going to work, because you're not talking to those kinds of women, and those women will never be that.
Exactly.
So it's like it's at this point with them, there's nothing to talk about. You know what I'm saying? Fuck what they. It doesn't even matter what they think. Go find your traditional woman. That's my personal take.
I'm just tired of hearing men say that men cheating on their wife is different than a wife cheating on a man.
It is though. And I'll tell you,
it is because it's really not.
Wait, hold on, wait, just me. Everybody chill. Just me and real quick. Let me rock. So man, this is what I mean, right? In terms of like devastating the partner, it is still bad on both sides, but let's be real. When women cheat, it's over, bro. She doesn't love you anymore. When a man cheats, he's not getting enough because it's hard for men to get sex. And so if he can get more sex and he's not a guy that gets sex a lot from different women, it's kind of hard.
Nah, dude, that ain't the case either. Not every man cheats because he's not getting sex.
I'm not condoning it. I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying it is what it is. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying
I'm saying the same. I'm not condoning it.
No, I can buy the argument from a natural standpoint, but legally, since marriage is a legal thing, you don't really have a leg to stand on in that regard. And that goes both ways.
Even the Bible speaks against adultery.
No, it does. But I'm saying we're not making we're not making a religious argument. You niggas do not want to go there with me. You know this. So please,
no, I'm not taking it there.
Don't go there, because if we go there,
I did go there, dude, because it's still adultery is still wrong.
So then by that context, if you're being that traditional and that religious, then you're marrying a virgin. Am I right?
You chose not to marry a virgin.
Oh my gosh, you don't understand the logic I'm making.
No, I get what Freestyle's saying.
I have a solution to the problem. You know how you can solve the cheating dilemma? You can do the Myron Gaines thing and tell the woman, I'm never going to be monogamous to you no matter what. Then you ain't got to worry about that because she knows what the deal is.
Exactly. Exactly. All I'm saying is that Americans are hypocrites. That's all I'm fucking saying.
Bro, easy, relax. You're amongst friends. You don't have to be so.
Nah, I'm cool. I agree with that. I mean,
because you guys get on my ass about this shit, yo, and then I get yelled at. But this is all logic. This is all fucking logic.
I'm on your side, bro.
And men have been indoctrinated by gynocentric ways, so men don't think it's logical. But this is all fucking logic.
You just discovered the red pill, huh? You discovered it? You amped.
No, I'm Latino. This is our culture. In Latin culture, your uncle, your father, you can learn this 13, 15 years old. And you come to America and they tell you that this is wrong.
Hey, the divorce rate is high as fucking Latin culture too, though.
Yeah,
but it's not because of that. I'm pretty sure the reasoning is the reasoning different, or is it? It's
unfortunately they have feminism now all over the world, all over the West. Unfortunately.
Hey, where are you? Where are you from? You from America?
I grew up in Connecticut, but I'm saying I come from a Latin background.
Okay. Well, I was going to say
my father, my uncles, they taught me all this stuff, and they taught me that fucking and all this stuff is different from men and women. So what I'm telling Angry Snowman is that that's not the case. The rest of the world, we don't have this gynocentric shit.
There's nothing gynocentric about me wanting to be faithful to my wife.
No, not inherently. Unless you're doing it because you're afraid to lose her, then it is kind of. it is kind of a faggot move.
No, I'm doing it because who wants to fucking headache with another fucking woman?
No. I'm agreeing with you, but if you're doing it because you're afraid to lose the woman, then that's a faggot move. Being a pussy at that point. But
what are you talking about, dude? Any man that's married should be afraid of the potential of losing their wife.
You should never be afraid to lose a woman.
Because at any given time, that woman could code switch on you, and now shit's over with.
Okay, so you should have never married her in the first place. You should.
Then what? We're just going to go around not marrying anybody?
No, why are you getting married to the state? Why are you doing that? Who told you to do that? You don't have to do that. You can still get married and not be married to the state. See? Prescriptions.
That is true. That's true.
Friezo, did you do that?
Yep, that is true.
You should talk about that more. You really don't talk about that enough. I wish you guys could talk about that.
How is your marriage recognized then, Friezo?
Because a lot of people can't do it, bro. Yeah, it's not even that they don't know how to do it. They can't. They can't do it, bro.
No. My question is how is it recognized by legally? Then if you weren't married and the state recognized it,
it's not recognized.
It's not recognized legally.
It's not recognized legally. Yeah,
that's the whole point.
It's religiously. And I don't feel like the state should be involved in your marriage anyway.
Well, I agree that the state shouldn't be involved. The state has no business getting involved in things that matters of the home.
Right. And I told my father that. He gave me a look like, what? I'm like, Dad, what does it matter? If you marry me and my wife, because he's my pastor, you are my pastor. I'm getting married in front of you and God. I don't need the government to be there. They don't need to be in my business. And you are anti-government individual. You should agree with me on this one. Like, you don't have to get married by the state at all. That way you ain't got to deal with the legal repercussions. You don't. And if I get married, that's how I'm doing it. I told my parents that. I want if God willing, if he's alive, whenever I get married, I told my father, I want you to marry me, but I'm not doing it through the state.
Mr. Speak on it said in the Bible, adultery is a married man messing with a married woman. It's not adultery if a woman is single. But also in the Bible, isn't a married woman considered a woman who's laid down with another man?
You're still an adulteress, though. You're still an adulteress either way.
Technically, if you want to talk biblical terms, if you don't marry a virgin, it's adulteress. What the heck are you guys talking about?
I'm not so sure about that one. I'm not sure about that one. Yeah, you gotta relax, bro. You gotta relax.
For real, dude.
You gotta relax easy. This is a Red Pill stream, bro. We on your side.
Well, I'm saying by traditional biblical standards, a lot of the stuff that we're saying, right? If you go by these contexts, a lot of us, you shouldn't have even gotten married in the first place. By those super traditional standards. That's what I'm saying. That's why.
Right, and that's why I didn't want to use the religious argument. Yeah. I could do the natural argument and the legal argument all day. Me personally, I'm with Snowman. Like, I'm not trying to fuck on. So I done did enough of that.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So like, me being with one woman is optimal for me. Like, hoes are headaches, bro. I know like, people can make it seem like it's cool having a rotation, and it is what it is, but it comes with a bunch of headaches that men have to manage. Yeah. And some guys don't want to do that. So, and my wife has seen me interact with women, and she know what it is. I wouldn't be starving out here. If you see what I'm saying? Like, if the hammer fell, I'd be straight.
Yeah. Yo, this character looks sick, bro. I can't wait to use this nigga. This character looks amazing. Sorry, nerding out. Sorry. Saw something on YouTube. I was like, this shit is sick.
So, yeah, like, and that's also another reason why, like, I don't recommend people get married just off the cuff. Don't know you.
Hell no.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I would have to know you. You see what I'm saying? Like, I knew that my wife was right for me because my social circle put the stamp on it. Everybody from mom, pops, friends, people who actually know me were like, yo, this works. You see what I'm saying? So
that's why, because my mom didn't like her at first.
Uh-oh.
If my mom liked
that was the key.
if my mom liked someone, I didn't date him no more. Because every other time my mom liked someone, it ended up fucking. Oh Jesus!
Yeah.
Shit.
And I ain't gonna hold you, bro. Like I didn't realize until I got on YouTube that there was this whole kind of war between married people and single people. Like I don't
understand why there is.
Men that is living the life they want to live. A lot of times these niggas they get in these marriages, they married the wrong woman, they stuck. And they want to be free. All they do is see your free ass running around frolicking in the field, and they want to do that shit. They can't.
Dude, I wouldn't fucking change my life to go back to being married or being single for nothing.
Yeah, man. Like I don't.
I love
there's pros and cons on both sides, right? You know, like I don't envy single people.
No,
like
not
that.
At all. You know, because
but I also don't envy other married people like that. Like I stay in my lane.
Right.
I love my family. You see what I'm saying? I got so much other things that I'm focused on. I ain't got time to be worried about how happy the next person's life is. Like I just don't. You know.
I want to say something if you don't mind if I like shifted a little bit and I know y'all said I talked too much. I'm sorry. I'm trying.
Do you think as long as you don't?
Hey,
go ahead.
As long as you don't play it up, it's all good.
Don't start talking about porn and all that goofy shit like that. But go ahead.
Hey, Snowman, real talk. My brother said the same thing you said to me the other day. Like, man, Phil, you gotta stop. You gotta stop cutting it off. And it's not that.
What are you talking about? I'm not in my feelings.
No. They told me the same thing you told me when you told me I didn't shut the fuck up. They told me the same thing.
Hey, you know what? Sometimes listening is good though.
Yeah, I'm working on it. But I was gonna say about speaking of like marriage and going overseas and whatnot. There was a woman that was on Fresh and Fit. She was from two of them. They were from Brazil. These two, I don't know about that first one. She was annoying, but the other one, she was a hoe, right? So, and I'm looking at them, and it dawned on me. She was Portuguese. She was Brazilian, and then when they were in London, they were dealing with the Nova. She's Portuguese, and I realized, yo, these hoes in these other countries, they really ain't that much better, bro. There's a reason why niggas are able to go over there and clean up the way they are. They really not, you know. A lot of these women are just as masculine, westernized as any other woman you come in contact to in America, because they come over here and they just fit right in. And I've noticed this on several occasions very recently. Like, yo, what are these niggas talking about, bro? These Brazilian women is not what y'all saying. That, y'all false advertising like a mug out here, bro. For real. Y'all false advertising. Y'all gotta listen. You know who needs to be updated? The passport, bro. They need to update their firmware. For real.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
It's been bob. Everything. Oh, they're so nice and sweet. Are they, or do they just have no other choice? Like, do they, or are they just poor? Like, nigga, like, do they like you for real? Are you just lame?
Right.
Like, it's gotta be funny, but remember, we gotta ask the question, bro. Like,
I think that's very disingenuous. Have you been to other countries? Have you traveled to other places?
I haven't been there. But wait,
okay, so that's crazy to say.
Wait. And it was a Brazilian nigga that got on Bernard Riley's show and said, "Hey man, we don't want these hoes. They hoes. We good." So there's a reason why men are able to go over there and have sex with those women as much as they want. Because you can't do this in Moldova. You can't go to Russia and clean up. They'll kill you.
Yes, you can. Eastern Europe, actually, yes. Eastern Europe is one of the last home fronts of, let's say, traditional style women, because a lot of Europe has already been corrupted.
You know what I said? Ukraine is falling. Two, Andrew and Tristan Tate both told a story when they was in Moldova. Two tall British niggas in Moldova, they got jumped by some mafia niggas.
Well, you can get jumped any part of the world. That's in general. But I'm just saying,
I'm saying that there's a reason why certain individuals go to certain countries. There's a reason why they're going to Colombia, DR, Brazil, Philippines, Thailand, because prostitution is heavy over there. There's a reason.
Oh God, you're using that argument? Nah, man.
It's very good. Going to Africa, they go to the Middle East. They ain't going out there like that. A lot of
people going all over. In general, people in general. Look, the majority of people that do those kind of things, that let's say successful, are people that are just expats that are traveling in general to get a new life and they end up meeting women just like you would anywhere else. A woman is a caveat or added something to whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like you could be a digital nomad, you could be doing whatever in whatever place, and you meet some chicks. That's how it usually goes down. I was in Thailand and I didn't do any sex tourism at all. You know, obviously you get out of the airport and it's the first thing they ask you. Don't get me wrong, but does every dude go over there for that? No.
A lot of them are, bro. You know that's the truth. Most of them ain't out here trying to be digital nomads.
Look, the majority of them are not. It's a small percentage, and at the end of the day, if you frame it that way, men have been traveling all over the world for that reason, and for the reason of traveling in general. So that's just super disingenuous. But it's always been a smaller percentage. It's always been a smaller percentage. There's been more expats that have gone over for business or for a foreign investment and have met a chick than going over strictly for prostitution.
I don't agree with that at all. I don't agree with that. Wait. I
don't agree with it, but that's the truth.
I'm not against it. I'm just saying today, I don't know what happened back then, but today, the vast majority.
I'm talking about both. I'm talking about today and back in the day. I'm saying in general, most of the time, you happen to be in a different new location. And guess what? Almost anywhere you go in the world, guess what? When you're different than the majority of the people, guess what? Other people from that culture are going to be attracted to you. It is what it is. You're going to be.
How many guys? Wait. Let me ask you a question. How many guys do you think percentage-wise are going over there for business and for tax benefits?
How many guys? What? Say again.
How many guys are trying to do? Because I'm actually trying to do that in my real life. I'm working on digital nomad skills. I want to be a digital nomad. How many guys are like me?
Myself, I can say that I've been in these circles for more than 10 years since I read The 4-Hour Work Week by Tim Ferriss. This is not new. I think that, and myself, I mean, I can say in general, the majority of Dominicans right now in DR who are quote unquote landowners, guess what? They're German, they're Russian, they're French. They're not even Dominican. So the majority of the world you go, Europeans have been doing this since the beginning of time. And most other countries too. It's only Americans that don't travel and have the ability to get a passport easier than any place in the world. And they don't use it. And then they say ignorant comments like this.
There was a phenomenon. There was a phenomenon where I believe this was in Korea, where Korean women were complaining because Korean men were going to it was Sweden. Sweden men were going to like Asian countries to get women. Like, bro, what are you talking about? They were complaining about men leaving and not coming back. Like, what are you talking about?
Hey, I'm gonna let y'all keep going, but I do got to drop off, fellas, because I got to work in a little bit. So I'll holler at y'all, man. Salute, Kid, Snow, Freestyle. Holler at y'all, man.
Take it easy, Lou, man.
Have a good night.
Wait. Hold on, Freestyle. Catalina, you can confirm what? Elaborate on that, because she's from the DR, so she's gonna back me up on this one.
Well, I was just gonna say that I forget what I was gonna say now. Never mind.
Hey, look, man. I'm just saying. I've been reevaluating. Listen, I don't think that the red pill is perfect. I don't think that everything we talk about is clean cut.
No, some of it is toxic.
A lot. I think there's a lot wrong with what goes on. Yeah, there's a lot that goes on that's wrong over here. I agree with that. That's why
I mean, me and you talked about it before, kid.
Concentrate. Yeah, I've been amending how I think and what I believe. There goes my lamp. And I don't. There's a lot of things.
I'll be honest with you. I thought you tried to get up and walk out of your wheelchair and fell.
No. I'm in my bed. Yeah, but I don't agree. I don't agree with a lot of what these dudes say. You got to live it yourself and have common sense. It's just that a lot of people lately have not been touching grass, and it's ironic considering I'm in a wheelchair and I touch grass more than people who are able-bodied, bro. You gotta go outside and breathe some air and be around people. You know what I mean? But
I agree.
The married guys going at us, SKC, genuine, man. They are coming at us hard. They are, because I be seeing the comments. And Pete, you know what it is? A lot of people don't realize that the internet and real life are starting to merge. Like maybe 10 years ago, the internet was the internet, but the internet is becoming real life. Because they're out on the street vlogging, it's real life. When they're on the street, that's real life. When Zerka gets in a fight in Brickell in Miami, that was real. They recorded it, but that actually happened. So the two worlds are starting to converge, and humanity is not comfortable with that. They have to realize that, yo, this is what it is. This is status.
The Matrix is real.
The world and the internet have merged. The Matrix is real. So yeah, a lot of that dismissiveness was he thinks this is just internet shit. It ain't just internet stuff, bro. This stuff is bleeding. You know,
well, some of it is, but some of it's just internet stuff. But there is truth to what you said about it. It is starting to bleed over on both sides.
Yeah, it's starting to bleed over, man. Like when you start to have people talk about big YouTube content creators in the red pill space, I'm hearing that in my own personal life. People like Kevin saying,
they'll say terms that come out of the red pill.
Yeah, dude. When I hear people in my personal life that actually know some of these content creators, I'm like, wow, I didn't know you was even in this space like that.
Because it's popping. It's popping. Most people don't watch TV anymore. They're watching YouTube. They don't.
Yeah, apparently, I don't watch TV. Dude, apparently, all of us in this space over here, prime programming.
And another thing, I'm getting a little tired. This is another reason why, like, people like us are getting a little irritated, fighting back. Because one, we have our conversation basically in a vacuum. We don't bother people. People don't. Mostly the red pill content, we don't bother people. We leave them alone. We're not feminists. Feminists actually go out and try to irritate people. We don't do that shit. Like
well, look,
you know what I mean? We mind our own business.
To what you're saying, kid, I of all people, I really understand what you're saying. I mean, I'm a white dude that's stuck in a black YouTube space. So trust me, I understand what you're saying and what you're alluding to. I mean, I get it. I get fucking people coming at me all the time.
They say all these. My irritation is they all say these things and don't understand what we're talking about. They all assume. They're just assuming. They're assuming.
Well, I'm back, y'all, for a second.
Give 50 women, all men are going to do that.
I'm back for a second. And I like Catalin's question here because I was ghost watching while I was getting my Whataburger. I ain't ate yet, but what's toxic? That's what cool. Let's get it. This is where I want to get. What is toxic?
It's not toxic. It's just
to Snowman. To Snowman. I want to.
Well, maybe toxic was the bad word. Was the wrong word to use.
An aspect,
but some of the tenets that they use, like I said, I told you the other day, like the whole telling young men not to get involved with women at all. That's not.
No,
I don't spend place. Yeah, I don't think
that's toxic.
I don't think that's toxic either, but I don't think they're really saying that, but they're just warning. Look at all the things. Like, I see it every day. It's small microaggressions that men get from women in this society. Like, they don't even hold the door open, or they'll give you a bad look, or you'll do something nice and they'll fucking sue you. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, yo, dudes got to be aware of like what's going on out here in these streets. What?
I just say,
who told you that word?
Who told you what?
Microaggressions.
Build a rotation.
No, I'm just saying in general, like, you got to be aware, and Red Pill is just teaching these young men how to be aware of these different things that's going out here in the culture, and that basically it's like dudes have been taught to be traditional, but women have been taught to be feminist. And at the end of the day, men are learning like, oh shit, we didn't know that. We thought they were sugar and nice and everything spice. So it's just teaching men the dark side of female nature.
And nice and everything spice.
Yeah,
you're one of the guys that say make like a tree and split, right?
Hey guys, real quick, let's go back to what Snowman said.
I got something.
He said, not dealing with women, and I'm telling you right up here,
I'm not.
Rotation. No, hold on, real quick, Snowman. I'm like, deal with the women that aren't sugar and spice and everything nice. Learn them.
Learn them. Exactly. Learn the female nature, the dark side of female nature.
Why not? I'm all for it. Run through them, beat them down.
Exactly. That's the only way you're going to learn anyhow.
Freestyle. Which one is it? Because now you're agreeing with Trey, but just a minute ago you were sitting there saying, "Why deal with them?" So
no, I'm not saying that. I didn't say why deal with them. I said the red pill is not necessarily saying don't deal with them. It's saying understand what's going out here in the culture and understand the dark side of female nature. That's all I'm saying. And that's all red pill is teaching. Why you guys jumping down my throat?
Hold on.
Let's keep it peaceful, fellas.
Actually, MGTOW is red pill. They actually tell men to walk away from women. It's literally called.
Yes, they do. They tell men to be fucking.
They do.
They don't say.
Some of them that are weird. Some of the MGTOW guys are weird as fuck.
But they don't mean literally walk away. They just mean in the sense of don't have the woman be the priority of your life.
They absolutely do mean don't fuck with women at all. Period.
Hold on. That's hold on.
I used to be
I know we got like the coach grade, the free agent lifestyle.
Yeah, free agent.
Just pay for it. Just don't deal with them.
Yeah,
just pay for it and recreate. Hit the junior college. Now, turd flinging monkey. Hey, full on, get a sex doll. Can you like?
They're all doing it anyway.
What's wrong with that?
These girls are selling. The thing is that you're complaining to the dudes.
What's wrong with a sex doll? The kid and the kid.
There's nothing wrong with a sex doll.
I don't know, Stone Man. When I bought that up a couple years ago, you gave me that look like, yo, kid bugging. I remember that. Remember when I bought that up? I was the first guy to bring that up like heavy. I was like pushing sex dolls heavy.
I was just giving you a hard time.
Everybody gave me that look like, bro.
I was just giving you a hard time, sir. That's all it was.
That's ex machina.
It seems like
I will say this though. What I think is toxic about this space, I do think guys. Hold on. Let me say this real quick. I do think that guys they spend too much time in the red pill rage. I think guys gotta learn to move forward and let go. And I think there are also a lot of guys in this space who are lazy and don't want to work and get mad when they don't get the results that they want.
Well, I think a lot of guys spend too much time focusing on what women do and not enough time on what they're doing.
And we're gonna
they're not putting in no work. You're not putting in no work. I don't want to have to say.
I got.
It's a good point you brought up.
I can't hear nobody.
You hear me now?
No,
yeah, I'm here. I'm just waiting on Trey.
Yo,
really muffled. Now I can.
He must be ordering something. He must be out doing something.
Okay, no, I got to go work.
I
gotta put this knee on my neck, bro. So I got to get up out of here.
She's pulling a Chauvin on you, huh?
No, man, I got to actually work, man. I got to do work. Shit.
You said she got that knee on your neck. It sounds to me like she's pulling a Chauvin.
Oh no, not man. Come on, man. Not my Dominican. What is freaking? Not my Dominican.
You have a job
in the house.
Your Dominican Gordita.
Gordita. Oh man, bro, she gonna fuck you up when we come through visit there. Tell her what she said.
She probably still wants to fuck me up for them jokes I said.
But hey, fellas, I got to get up out of here, man. And appreciate y'all coming through this conversation. Everybody, much love, kids, Snow, freaking Moy, SKC, Free Zone. On that note, I'm out, y'all. Peace.
I want to know, if I showed up to our date wearing this, what would you do? What would you do?
Who did it best? Me. My sister.